Man, drop that shit for these fuck niggas.
That's always a blessing, but like I do agree, it'll be a lot of hands in the pot.
It's like having your girl live with y'all and you don't like that.
No, it's not even that you don't like them, it's just that
Well, y'all think different.
you're not the one that gets to make all the decisions. Like if it's not your kid, it's somebody else's kid, you gotta act as two active parents. And it's kinda like, oh, tag me in. Niggas wanna tag you in when it's convenient, but then tell you to tag out when it's inconvenient. You be like, wait.
The line moves.
Yeah.
That's all it is, man.
I get it. Alright, so y'all ready?
Let's roll.
Alright. Yo, what's good? You got your boy Jay, you got Pfeiffer, you got Ramo. This is Short Change Podcast. We got a couple guests with us today. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
I pretty much work in government, but right now I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do outside of this 9 to 5 because it's not it.
Shit, ghetto. I think we can all agree with that.
Trav, I manage artists, I have a medical consulting business, and I write.
Shout out to the artists, man. Shout out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get into it. They ain't ready yet.
We'll get to it later.
I got a couple dope
I
artists.
gotta see how crazy I get today.
I feel you. I feel you. Shout out to that. But yo, man, shit.
Alright, so we're gonna start off on a somber note. Obviously everybody knows Kobe died.
R.I.P. Kobe, man.
Wanted to just go over that, how y'all was hit by the news, if you were affected by it, how you were, kind of what you was feeling when you found out that it happened, kind of what was going through y'all head.
So when I heard the news, I was actually at a restaurant eating lunch with her. My boy texted me, "Yo, Kobe died." I'm like, nigga, quit playing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even believe that shit. And I told him how he found out, and he said TMZ said it, right? And I'm thinking, man, this shit ain't come from no CNN, this ain't come from no ESPN, like, they need to check their sources. So I pretty much stayed off social media and all that until more and more people started hitting me up saying, oh, it's real. And it just hit me like, damn, you know?
Yeah,
I don't know what to think.
I was at I was headed to a 1-year-old's birthday party, and, it's ironic to me, I was headed to a baby girl's first birthday party, you know what I'm saying? He lost his daughter. At the same time he died or whatever. And I'm the same as you, bro. My old lady, the one that told me initially, they're saying Kobe died in a helicopter crash. Showed me the TMZ shit, and I'm like, fuck TMZ.
Yeah, like, don't hit my phone with this bullshit.
TMZ gonna kill Adam Sandler at least 3 times. They done killed Lil Wayne 2 or 3 times.
Rose gonna kill Rick Ross. Yep.
I was on the boat when she told me that shit, so I didn't even really have service.
And one thing I want to say, man, like, Kobe was just gigantic, bro. Like, even if you didn't like the Lakers, even if you didn't like Kobe as an athlete or as a fan of the game, you had to respect his game, what he's contributed to the culture, and just what he's done for basketball in the entire world, bro. Like, a lot of the stuff he did outside of basketball gets overshadowed by his career, but he was a great dude and definitely somebody for everybody, but especially black men to look up to and kind of aspire to be something like him within their own path or whatever. But I know
you a hooper.
Yeah, I know y'all.
Yeah, I don't. It's crazy because I was getting ready to go somewhere. I was getting dressed, and somebody, in our little group chat, me and 2 other girls I used to hoop with, were like, "Yo, I heard Kobe died." I'm like, "Where you hear that from?" She was like, "Well, I mean, they're saying it on TMZ." And the crazy thing is, like, people think TMZ is not that accurate, but after all those missteps, they're extremely thorough now.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
So, like, for all my friends that are in the industry and stuff, they're like, yo, TMZ give you like 2 hours to get your statement together before they leak your shit. So I'm like, damn, this might be real. And then I'm like, well, I'm gonna just wait until ESPN, because, Twitter timeline is going crazy.
Right.
Niggas are saying Kobe died. I'm like, man, I don't know if I should believe this shit or not, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't remember a lot of deaths being this sad. Like, I know Nip was really heavy. I wasn't that young when Mike died. I know the influence that he had, but that was kind of like for our parents. Like, I remember seeing my parents cry, and I was like, I mean, I get it. like a GOAT, but I wasn't crying.
Yeah.
It wasn't relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just remember like, even with, people saying Jordan is the GOAT and all this other stuff, like we didn't really get a chance to experience that, but we really got a chance to see Kobe start to finish, and then transition into what he was doing as far as retirement is concerned, and to seeing him as a dad, as a husband. It's just like, damn, we watched him grow, and for him to die like 41, that's super young. Like a lot of us are scratching 30. That's like 10 years from now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, this is just really fucked up. And then these tributes, and then all the other people passing. I'm just like, it was a lot of people who lost, family members in one accident.
There's a lot of lives lost.
Yeah.
R.I.P. them.
I think you hoop too, right? So all us hoopers, that Kobe shit was worse than everybody for me. I'm a little older than y'all, I think, but like I remember where I was. I was at Disney World when Mike died. I remember where I was when Ali died, but they still was like, I saw them at the tail end. Like I saw Kobe rookie. I saw Kobe get drafted.
Yeah.
I saw his rookie
McDonald's
game.
All-American game.
I saw when Kobe was rapping and he had like I had a single with Tyra Banks. Like this nigga had a song with Tyra Banks and Destiny Child. So like me and my mom was talking about like games we watched Kobe his rookie year together because my mom moved too. So like the Kobe thing was real hard for me. I knew it was true though when they said helicopter because I just knew how he got around.
Right.
And then like I had already seen that morning because it was Grammy weekend and we were supposed to go. I had seen a lot of people already saying like the fog was so bad. So that was like even before the Kobe stuff. So I'm like, everybody was saying the fog bad, and then they said he died in a helicopter accident. And I'm just like, yeah, it's probably true. And TMZ now is more credible to me than all outlets when it comes to celebrity news. Like, I think they transitioned from being like a gossip site to really being, you know what I'm saying? Like they broke the news.
No, I'm not
story.
about to do that with TMZ. Fuck TMZ. TMZ is still salacious and they still gossip.
I mean, they still
released all that information without anybody allowing Kobe Bryant's family and the rest of the families involved in the accident to know that anything had happened. And that's about as trash as you can get from a human standpoint, to let a family find out in the media that their patriarch has passed and that a person that's a result of that patriarch and everybody else, TMZ not allowing the family to know that shit. They gossipy and salacious as they ever was. They're not a credible news source. They get shit right, but in the exact same way they get it right, they get it totally fucking wrong. And they was wrong for how they did that shit.
But even with that, that's misinformation because TMZ didn't break the story. The link that I got was probably 20 minutes before TMZ put the story up. I got it from a news site.
What news site did you get it from? Because are they as big as TMZ?
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. TMZ is taking the hit.
The way that you use your platform matters. And if you bumble fucking Alabama and you get some information first.
Nah, it was LA News.
If you bumble fucking LA and you get some shit first, TMZ still should do their due diligence. And that site should have done their due diligence also. But that doesn't make TMZ right because they're the bigger publication.
I mean, I don't think, I agree with that, but I don't think anybody was right in the way that they handled it because it was a lot of misinformation. Like, I just remember, and that was, I was getting text messages from every which way, like, I heard Rick Fox was in the helicopter.
I said all his kids.
Oh, man, all the kids was in there. There was none of the
TMZ
kids.
didn't do none of that. TMZ took their time.
So my whole thing is, I do agree that, but I just don't know how we expect news and media to be to deal with being people, because I don't think they deal. They're just
I think they lost sight of that
years ago. Yeah, a long time ago.
They don't
I think
care about being first and live.
Correct.
And that's not just TMZ.
They don't care about the accuracy.
And that was the thing. And that's just news, period. So it's kind of like with those other credible news sources, the same ones you're saying you saw, I saw. When they're like, oh, well, Rick Fox is on the helicopter. I'm like, wait a second, these niggas are jumping way off the boat with this shit. Like,
A whole
everything
lot of
is
journalists
going
need to get fired after that.
I do agree with that.
And it's a game, right? Like I manage artists, I know how this game go. LAPD threw the light on TMZ, but they leaked the information to TMZ. How else would TMZ get a story?
There's been a lot of that going on.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's always
That's
like
why the sheriff went up there and gave the statement to throw the light off his department.
Of course, because how am I going to make them look bad even though we know we sold the
And
information?
if everybody know they hate TMZ and you got an emotional, whether it's positive or negative, you got a feeling towards TMZ, all I got to do is give you the gas.
Yeah.
And now everybody, I'm not even taking up TMZ because they do some foul shit. Like, but I can do a case by case.
Right.
Like, I can separate it.
Everybody wrong.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool
But
with
even
that.
with the nip shit, like,
It's just
like they had
But
this
you named
nigga
a
brains laid
black
out.
That shit
They
is
had his
crazy.
brains laid out. That
Some white
shit
people
was
that
fire.
they've done that way. You naming a lot of black bodies with the way this information is being.
Yeah, I
put
feel
out.
like
I think there's
I
a
kinda
certain
see-
type of subtlety that's given to other demographics. It's not given to our demographic.
They take
There's
their
a reason
time
that
with
we
them, it
see
seems
each
like.
other get murdered so much. And I'm gonna put that on every publication. I'm not gonna put that. I mean, that'd be on TMZ. I put on them heaviest because I see them go after black bodies, and I'm not gonna pretend like I don't see them do that because I do. But it goes for every publication. They'll put any type of clickbait out, any type of black thing. They'll put that shit out, and they'll put it out without reference checking shit, and they all fucked up for it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel where you're coming from. I feel like they do take a little more time. Like they might tell you such and such passed or such and such committed this and that crime, but as far as the details, they'll take their time with that a little more from my experience. Yeah, man. R.I.P. Kobe, dog.
That was a big role model for a
Yeah,
lot
facts,
of
man.
people.
He affected the culture so much, man. How many
Yeah.
times you been at work or hell, even when you was in class high school, in the trash can, Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
I remember watching them Lakers versus Celtics games
That's
every
facts.
Christmas with the family, man.
And I'm a Celtics fan. I've been a Celtics fan since the day. So
and
it's
I've
like,
never heard you speak ill about it.
because how could you? Like, you
Yeah.
still gotta respect the GOATs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he took my team down a couple times, and you have to respect the GOATs. Like,
Work
he's
ethic is
an
crazy, man.
incredible player.
Fast. And I know your GOAT,
George
is
still my GOAT.
but I ain't never seen you discredit anything Kobe
Oh,
did.
nah, Kobe
in the
number 2
process.
all time to me.
Yeah.
And, you know, we ain't gotta get into like the ranking debates, but
Yeah.
Kobe number 2 has always been I ain't gonna say always, but like probably since his last championship,
Yeah.
Kobe been number 2. And you know, all of these records gonna get broken.
Facts.
Yeah.
All of these rings, they don't even care about rings as much no more. They don't took it away from that. It's all about numbers. Westbrook, James Harden, these niggas is gonna break everybody's records when it comes to numbers. Because they gonna have longer careers and they got a faster paced game.
And
Like
they don't get no fucking
Yeah.
rings.
when we played, you could not come down and shoot. One person couldn't shoot 15 3. Reggie Miller couldn't shoot 15 3 in the game. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna break a lot of these records. But what I love about Kobe is his dedication to like the beauty of what competitiveness is.
I agree.
Right.
I don't think they make many players in that light anymore of being that competitive. Like, I just remember, you know, Kobe was always an asshole. Like, even if you did like him, you knew he's an asshole to the niggas he's playing. We don't see that. Everybody's friends, and I get it. It's the nature of the beast now. That's the way that the game goes. But I always have a respect for, somebody that's like, listen, I respect you, but when we lace them up, we're not cool. Like, we're gonna get out here, we're gonna do what we have to do. We're not cool right now.
Yep.
Gotta respect.
And he really held his teammates accountable too.
Yeah.
Just hearing all the stories the other players, put in the news about him. Like I think it was Lou Will that said they played the game and got blown out. Kobe said, "All y'all is wearing Kobe's give me them shits. Y'all deserve to wear my
That
shit."
shit funny as fuck. This trill as fuck. It just to echo that, I see Kwame Brown put out a statement. He said before the game, niggas was stretching. He said Kobe looked at him. I don't know why the fuck y'all niggas stretching. Y'all ain't touching the ball. Y'all about to see me. Bro, this shit crazy.
When he dropped 81 on Jalen Rose and them boys, man.
Yeah.
But that's
Shout
why-
out to Jalen Rose. I know you going through it in this hard time too.
If you look at the post Kobe had like a couple months ago where he was talking about the girls
The
team
kids,
and
yeah.
how like one girl priorities was messed
Out of
up
whack.
because she wanted to go to like ballet or something. That's how I'm gonna remember Kobe.
Yeah.
And then they was like killing JJ Redick like a couple weeks ago, saying that players care more about their outfits making Instagram now than they care about like winning.
Yeah.
And how he got killed for it. That's how you know the league is different.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It's
Because he was
changing.
absolutely right.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
absolutely right. But again, man,
Fitz be fired.
they do be fired.
Some of
Be a
them.
nice little
You
festival.
follow league
Some of them
fits?
don't.
I agree with
You
that
follow
part.
league
You
fits?
follow league fits?
Yeah.
Nah, I follow league fits. They do be clean.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to follow that page. But I appreciate Kobe, RIP Kobe, everything you did for the culture, man. The countless music references, everything, man. And I think with that we can get into some new music we came across since the last time we linked up. one record I was pretty excited about was First and the Third, Lil Marlo, Lil Baby, and Future. Great track, man. Lil Marlo, another Atlanta nigga, trap nigga, didn't really have any ambitions to rap, but everybody was rhyming, rapping. They wanted to pull him up out the trap, and bro got some skills to, you know, tell his story or whatever. You take it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? He ain't no lyricist or whatever, but I love the song. Future and Baby got their shit off, and ultimately it's a good song in my opinion. Y'all tapped into it? Y'all checked it out?
I heard it one time. It was cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Didn't move you too much?
Nah.
I respect.
Sorry.
Respect that.
About the same.
About the same. Y'all tapped into it?
I heard that one. It's a cool song. I mean,
For what it is.
you get what you know what you're going to get when you go there. But
Yeah.
I still like the fact that that's one kid not doing nothing else. Like,
For sure.
Like if he can string together a 3 to 5 year run off of this, he out the street.
Pull a couple family members out, got some generational
Yeah,
wealth.
it's like giving him an internship and then paying him. So I ain't mad at it.
Y'all heard that new Meg?
I did. It's crazy because I'm a Meg fan. I don't really like the track like that.
Word?
Why you don't like it?
I don't know. It's just. It's really weird because I feel like what she was trying to do is step out of her element, which is always cool for artists, and I get it. They always take a risk when they do that, but I just feel like it wasn't really her lane. But I get it. Like right now, she's the hottest chick out right now, so every bag is for her. Like, so it's like, how do you tell somebody that's the hottest nigga out to be like, nah, you need to sit this one out? You can't. Like, and she sounded really Texas on a track where I just didn't feel like that was really her. I mean, of course, she gives us the substance she always gives us, which I'm fine with. I'm always cool with that. But I just didn't like her flow on it. So, I mean, I gave it spins, but it's not in my Megan rotation. Of all her other music that I like from her, that's not one of the tracks that I'd be like, oh yeah, this is one for me.
Yeah, I think it was cool. I get the play. And I also feel like if you're gonna try to find another lane, it's better for her to do it now.
Yeah,
like,
before she gets
to
stuck.
experiment now,
Right.
before she get like too typecasted, and don't nobody want to hear nothing else from her.
I agree.
And then she get mad about it, and she started going online, complaining about it. Now they don't want to even hear your stuff from you. So, you know, I get it. She gotta find her sound, man. Like, it happened real quick for her.
Yeah.
I do think it's probably not gonna happen, but I think artists like she sustained being that hot for so long, for like a full year and a half, I think she needs to go chill, like go duck off somewhere. Yeah, go duck off somewhere and try those sounds and then bounce them off of like people who ears you respect or
Some honest people around.
Yeah, so you can kind of tailor another sound versus just throwing out records and grabbing.
Trying to find a
feature
sound. I
back.
got you.
I like the record, man. A homie sent it to me. She was super excited about it as soon as it dropped. I ain't gonna call no names.
It was me.
Yeah, but she was super excited about it. She a big Meg fan. I love Meg, bro. I think she got one of the hottest deliveries I personally heard from a female artist. Like, I just love her delivery. And I like what she was trying to do with the remake of Pac. Shout out to Pac and I'd rather be a Nigga, you know what I'm saying? I like to play on it. It's an anthem for the chicks, man. I like it. I think she put together a good record. It was like everybody's saying, it was a different sound from her, but I like it. And me personally, I feel like it was some money bag yo jabs in there, and I love when the motherfucker get emotional and
It's the best
vulnerability
It's
on
the
the
best
track.
news.
Yeah. What
They
you?
both said that shit wasn't even real.
Their relationship, right?
But I knew that too.
Some
Set up for publicity.
Some looking funny in the light though, because there's been a lot of jabs going back and forth in their music. I feel like little sneaky.
I think they might have dealt with each other, but
Yeah.
I don't think it was to the extent they was painting it to the public.
Right.
Because if you really look at it, like Moneybagg was cold for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had his records that we liked before that, but now
He out of there.
Now he popped up with Meg, then he popped up with Ari,
Yeah.
then he popping out with
Tape
records.
drop.
It looked like a rollout.
Yeah.
And we know Meg right now, if y'all pay attention, Meg she like the PR campaign for everybody. Justin Bieber did a commercial with her when his
She's
shit
the
was
it girl
going
right
back.
now.
You know what I'm saying? She the rollout. She the rollout for artists right now.
Gotcha.
So you know what I'm saying? Like even with the baby, he was already catching steam, but when they did their record together, it's like they matched rollout. So you know, I get the business behind it.
Chestnut checkers, man.
Yeah.
You was fucking with the record, Jay?
I ain't heard it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
And that's completely understandable. Me knowing you,
Don't
man.
do that because you're a woman rapper.
Support our black women.
Listen to Lil Marlo.
Ain't even like that.
Listen to Lil Marlo. Go listen to that.
Ain't even like that. Yeah. But that's what they're gonna say though.
Yeah, but shit, man. On a more serious note, man. Meek Mill debuted a track he wrote, inspired by Nipsey's passing or whatever. Man, that shit tough to listen to, man. Meek, he one of the better rappers out right now, and the bars was there. It felt pure. It felt honest. Like I like that bar when he was like, I ain't gonna act like I'm your main homie. Like, yeah, put that out there, but at the same time, let the world know the impact he had on you. And then, you know what I'm saying, little bro Roddy hopped on the track. Him and Nipsey Nipsey was the first person to co-sign him from the West Coast. So for him to get on there and show like, cause he spoke on how it fucked him up, but he really got vulnerable on that track and was like, bro, I'm down in Miami. That shit had me fucked up. Like, I'm trying to throw the money to erase the pain type shit. You know what I'm saying? But I love the track. I appreciate Meek for doing that, man. Meek definitely done stepped up to the plate and carrying the torch since he got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? So I salute it as a Meek fan, Nip fan, Roddy fan. I greatly appreciate the shit that is gonna do for the culture, personally.
Well, let me say this first off. I really like the track. Like you said, it sounded really genuine, really sincere. I mean, Nipsey died almost a year ago, so the fact that he's putting a track out even now really kind of shows that he really means it and it really did impact him. And I mean, even from a personal side, I get it, because it's like, damn, I'm impacted by Nipsey's death and Kobe's death, and I didn't even know them. You know what I'm saying? So to even know them and have interacted with them on a friendship level, on a business level, I understand why, it hit them like it did and why he put the track out. But overall, I thought it was good.
Facts.
I like the record. I think my favorite part of the record was me was like, when I seen that shit happen to you, that made me cry, nigga. And I don't cry, nigga. Because that's big.
Deep.
And we don't. You know what I'm saying? And the ironic part, I know social media is like a small piece. It feel like it's big to us. But that came Sunday. Like, they did the performance Sunday when Kobe died. And it was people on the internet like, y'all grown men crying over Kobe, y'all ain't even know it. You know what I'm saying? So that line stuck out to me the most. We always talk about how men need to be better with their emotions. So for Meek, somebody who come from where he come from and his persona or whatever, him saying that, and it looked like it in his eyes, like he wanted to cry while he was rapping it. So I feel like that was a big moment.
Yeah, man. And just to echo that, bro, because I remember, you know what I'm saying, me and Fight was texting, nigga, I'm at work when Meek died. Meek didn't die, but when Nip died, yeah, not gonna worry, but when Nip died, bro, I'm at work probably that following Monday. I'm texting Fight. I'm like, bro, I'm on this conference call, just crying, nigga, just like. And I'm a new fan. Fight put me on, Bree put me on. You know what I'm saying? I'm a newer fan, but at the same time, it don't lessen the impact he had on me and my. You know what I'm saying? And my mind state and you know what I'm saying? So I felt Meek on that line, man. Stelly, with you being an older Nip fan, how you felt about it?
I think we all pretty much can agree that the track was fire. You know what I'm saying? I felt like it was just due for Nip. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people are ever gonna really forget his legacy and forget what he meant to rap, even though it's crazy because I know a lot of people didn't listen to Nip like before, he really popped out on the scene with Victory Lap. There wasn't really that many Nip fans, which is totally cool. I'm never gonna be one of those people to be like, oh, well, you just hopping on. Like, that's kind of whack. Like, if I like an artist, you know what I'm saying? If I like an artist from the jump, all I can do is do a service to like try to put other niggas on. Like, you should really take a listen to this because this nigga is hot. So I think, for people to now give him his flowers, even though he's not here, and I don't think he may realize the impact that he had, I think it still does a great impact for hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just seeing what he meant, and people having the outpouring that they had for Lauren and his family and his music and his legacy. And trying not to tarnish his name and his legacy. So I appreciate the track. I think Meek did his thing. I'm a Roddy Ricch fan as well, so I think they did their thing on that.
Word. We got a leak from Drake and Future this week. Did everybody hear it? Desires?
Yeah. You know I heard it.
You know you heard it.
I heard it.
You probably heard it earlier.
You might have that leak early.
Hey, I got it from Drake themselves. I wish though. I need to get that line though for real.
Which I think it was amazing.
I
It sounded old as fuck to me.
It did. It sounded like it was.
home.
It didn't sound like a new song.
I agree.
Nothing wrong with that.
It
but-
could.
Right. It just didn't
When you
sound
say
like.
when you say old, given today's climate, how are you feeling like it?
I don't think that they like whatever when they made the song "Life Is Good."
That
I
was.
think this song was made years before that shit.
I think that might have been supposed to be on the last album.
Yeah, but they decided to
Cut
just
it.
pick it.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2-3 years ago, it don't sound like Drake at all today. Like, but I mean, it's a cool song. I like it. It just sounds old.
Yeah.
Sounds
Rob
bad.
don't love everything Drake do. And Future, you put both of them together, they could
We
not
know. Everybody
rap on
knows.
the song and he goes like that shit hard.
I still don't like Ratchet Happy Birthday for the record.
I mean, that song's so terrible that you couldn't.
I don't like everything.
That's like 1 out of 900 songs. Bro.
Right. Not for real.
But nah, I mean, it was a cool song, man. I don't got to the point now with certain music. I just want to enjoy what I enjoy about the music.
I agree.
Instead of
Dissecting it
Dissecting
into
it,
something
because-
else.
I come from I'm like hip hop baby. So on one hand, I overjudge music because I want everybody to take it
The serious.
as serious. Like I want everybody who rap to take it as serious.
You want everybody to be a rapper.
That's your favorite. Right?
And that's not just to be like a lyricist, because it's like it's niggas who are not like supreme lyricists, but you can just tell they care about their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to put out no bullshit.
It's
They ain't
just
chasing the numbers.
That era, the Kobe's, the Jordans, like people. I found out the other day that Reasonable Doubt dropped the day Kobe got drafted,
Wow.
Yeah.
like same day, and then
That
Kobe.
need to be like noted in history books, in my opinion.
So you know what I'm saying? It's just that era of caring about your craft,
Facts.
and I know that's not here now, so I can't. I'll end up not liking nothing if I'm trying to judge everybody on that bar. So you know, it's a cool song. It's one of them songs you just gotta hear out. I ain't gonna listen to it.
Yeah,
in the car.
I was about to say. I mean, like you said, I like the track. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. It does sound old. It doesn't sound like it's something that they recorded recently or any new music that they're gonna be putting out, which is probably why it was a leak. It's kind of like, well, let's just throw them something since Life Is Good is riding. You know, we gonna ride this wave on out and get them hyped for a new project.
Still gonna get the strips.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's Future, it's Drake. I don't really know how many times they're gonna miss. So
Yeah.
you gonna hear it in the club, the ladies gonna like it, the men they obviously are gonna like it. So it's gonna do what it's supposed to do.
And you've been in the studio. Everything sounds good in the studio and in the club.
Even in the car, it's hard to sound bad when you got a whole bunch of bass and
Yeah.
good
It's
speakers.
because you got a nice car, man.
Oh my god.
You got a Honda Accord, you know, you got
This shit hit a little different.
Probably don't sound the same then.
Don't sound the same.
You gotta hear the real song. man.
You want to vibe in the Benz or you want to vibe in the Accord? Like, this is
Yeah.
like,
But, This is what I think. When you got two high-profile artists like Future and Drake, put them on a song, people are gonna have high expectations for it.
Facts.
And I mean, it's just a leak. You know what I'm saying? They didn't drop this on the radio. Ain't nobody debuted it in a place where it's really supposed to do numbers like that. So I mean, I thought it was okay, just not a big deal to me.
I was just
Nah, it's on
and it hasn't
Spotify.
gotten taken down yet.
It's on
either.
Spotify.
They're probably
It's
gonna
on
ease it into
Spotify.
Apple next.
Nah, the way they did it on Spotify is like, you can tell when they like trying to do the new tricks. So it's released on Spotify as a podcast.
Oh,
That
It's
makes
on
sense.
there
As a release.
yeah, it's on there as a podcast.
Niggas acting like they dropped a video for this shit or something. Like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It's me. I'm niggas.
he said it's me.
Hey, it's me. I'm niggas. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, y'all made me think just now. Like, okay, maybe it is an older track, but at the same time, with everything transpiring with the Future Lori Harvey shit, nigga, I'm listening to this shit like.
You think it is about to right now?
Listen, I'm like, oh, if Lori Harvey gonna make this nigga put this type of shit on, I want that.
I will, you know, I hate the whole Future's the girlfriend, like all the jokes. I get it.
Yeah.
I do kind of want Lori Harvey to get Future back in his interest back. I ain't gonna lie. Pain music is the best.
Yeah, Future, you gotta be the sacrificial lamb. Lori, you got a job. So
Sacrificial.
do it. We need Hendrix too to be on the way, but of course,
we're gonna be
me.
down 40 this upcoming High Girl Summit.
Yeah.
Lori done kind of messed up some legends.
She
quick.
got the quick.
Love to see
You
it.
gotta give her a hand clap.
No, for real. We gotta give her a round of applause.
She ain't talking like I ain't never heard her talk.
I ain't said shit, but
Has she ever did an interview?
I don't
No.
think so.
I don't know what her voice sound like.
You know the crazy thing is, you a TV show.
Somebody else's story. She was like telling happy birthday or some shit.
She said she heard her.
Do her voice sound as good as she look?
It's fine.
Nah, she good enough.
Just
Like them old 90s records. Everybody sounds like
Nah, but I fuck with the track, man. And again, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know where they pull their inspiration from, but shit sounds like honest as shit. Yeah. and maybe that's why I love it so much. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I fuck with the track, man. Appreciate y'all giving us that. If y'all got a tape coming out, put that motherfucker on there, please.
Don't put that shit on.
Don't put that shit on there.
Don't put that shit on there.
Rob like anything. Like,
I know what I'm saying.
They be trying to play me, but
I know what I'm saying. My artist music.
Right.
What's the podcast email? Shoot y'all some shit.
I would say less, bro.
y'all heard, what is Gotti? Is that a tape or is it an album?
It's an album. It's an album. Untrapped. Me coming from where I come from, 229.
Gotti?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it?
I heard like 3 songs. I ain't heard the whole
You
thing.
heard it, bro?
Heard some of it.
I'm a little biased though. I'm gonna love everything Gotti do.
Well, yeah, and I'll take that, you know what I'm saying? Because I think you will agree where we come from. We both from like the same section, 229, Albany, Valdosta. Gotti is like, he's like this, he like a legend where we come from. Like, his music really got bubbling in the clubs and those type of areas. So, yeah, we follow Gotti heavy. And me personally, historically, Gotti albums ain't been shit like his cocaine music mixtapes. Them mixtapes legendary. But for the first time, I
I
feel
think
like
that's a dope album though.
I was about to
he got some.
say.
They just polished. They just
I was just about to say, he
they
had a
don't
really
give you
polished
as
sound.
much gutter.
And I think the albums be all over the place
But it's
compared
like,
to.
But it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got Nike shirts now. When we was growing up, we just had, you know, the white Hanes shirts playing in the pack. He just got a little more, you know what I'm saying, a little more pieces around him. But I ain't never heard Gotti do a bad project.
Yeah, I ain't never heard no bad one. I will say that. It's just this one is better than a lot of the ones I've heard since I Am. I feel like
I
personally.
am stuff. I like Art of Hustle. Art of
Art of Hustle was
I'm
good.
trying to think,
Yeah,
what's the last album he just put out?
the one before this one.
But again,
Yeah,
like
he had K. Michelle on the intro of the album.
It was
I
Art of Hustle.
Yeah, that album was hard.
Yeah,
But I like, you know what I'm saying? I know what I'm going to Gotti for.
yeah.
I know what I'm going to Future for. I know what I'm going to. When Jay-Z drop another album, fuck everybody album. I know what I'm going to that for.
Right,
But,
right. Nah, I feel
You
you.
know, it's hard to miss. You know, I'm not gonna listen to this next project y'all been talking about. I ain't gonna listen to that for a while.
Nah, we ain't gonna. We might mention it, but we ain't talking about that federal. But what you
Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
You talking about Funeral?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to it.
Yeah.
That shit
Y'all not
redacted.
listening to it because y'all
Shit's
refuse
redacted.
to accept the fact that
It's
Wayne
trash.
doesn't make great music
Oh no,
anymore.
I'll go on record and say he ain't made a good album since Carter 2.
Too far.
I said a good album. I ain't said a good project.
You went too far.
What's a good album since then?
Carter 3.
3 was good, bro. It might not have been your stilo, which I
You know what I'm saying?
understand.
Like, it was taped.
Okay, Carter 3 might have been a decent album. He made a great album since Carter 2.
I feel like Carter 3 had more commercial success,
Yeah.
but I personally like Carter 2 more.
Yeah, same.
I agree.
Same.
I think everybody might can
But
agree.
I think everybody would.
Yeah,
I think
everybody
Fife and I was talking the other day. I think we all agree he should have stopped after Sorry for the Wait, probably.
That's when you should stop.
Yeah, I think what you said was correct. It's really hard for me to accept the fact that Wayne is not the Wayne that was in his prime when we were in our prime.
It's painful.
Like when we were 18,
Because
19.
he was so above
Man.
everybody, and his old bars are still so above everybody new. Like,
I don't
his
wanna-
new
I don't
bars
wanna see-
are trash. Like,
He's his kid.
This is like watching your favorite player retire. Like
which is
going
why
into
your
retirement.
favorite players retired. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Hey, I retired.
my favorite
Kobe
player
retired.
just
Jordan
dropped a
retired.
classic, So Jay-Z last album.
I mean, we're not.
We're not talking about
That's
that.
the
right
bar.
now. We're talking about Wayne right now. We're talking about retiring.
And I think, well, if
I might be Kobe if he's Jordan.
I think that's the hard part to accept. I remember when there was really a debate about how good Wayne was, and that bar was getting really close to Hov. Like, people were really sitting like, I don't want to say it, especially with me being a Hov fan. I was like, damn, this nigga Wayne is really getting close.
Because
Like,
if you think about it, at that time, Hov was putting out like "Run This Town," which was still a great song.
I get what
But when
you're
you talk
saying.
about commercial success, that's a commercial ass
Oh,
song.
what
And
song
Wayne
is
is
it?
still on his gritty shit.
See, Carter 2 was.
Carter 2 was like 05.
I'm really talking about mixtape Wayne. Because I mean, album Wayne is I don't think that's where we get our appreciation from. I really think our appreciation grows with mixtape Wayne. That was a different animal.
That's why
that was an animal that I don't think we've seen in a long time as far as mixtapes are concerned.
But mixtape Wayne,
for sure.
Mixtape Wayne wouldn't have been able to operate in this new mixtape space either.
It's not a new mixtape space.
It is a new.
It's a streaming era.
Hold on, no. I'm talking about the format for mixtapes. When Wayne was doing mixtapes, it was jacking for beats. All he had to do was plug in words to other niggas' flows, other niggas' beats. When Drake came along and Ross came along, mixtapes was complete all original music. So his era, he spit his era for. He was better in his time.
That's not like a profound statement. A lot of people was better in their time.
That's really the argument that we talk about.
What
Like
we're saying is that we thought Wayne was way above everybody else. So we're not talking about what everybody did. We're talking about Wayne, everybody here, and Wayne up here, and then Hope right there. And we think of Wayne reaching this pinnacle, and his music today has gone down below what's coming out right now.
It never plateaued. It never flattened out. It just went from here and it just went down.
I want Wayne to be under 3,000. I just want him to not do projects, not do albums. Just come give us
I think he should
a couple features a year. Just kill shit.
And give us artists.
Go back to the crib.
Because he don't mess with that either.
He got a good ear.
Yeah, he got a good ear.
He gave us Drake and he gave us Nicki.
I don't know about the other.
In this decade,
he gave us Drake and Nicki. Everybody else don't care. I don't care.
I ain't giving him Nicki. I give him Drake. I'm giving Gucci Nicki.
Okay.
I
heard that, but
Gucci didn't
polish it. He didn't polish her.
Gucci used Nicki on some track.
That's not
but for whatever reason it might be, Gucci did not.
I'm just saying I'm not giving them the discovery.
I'm not saying discovery.
We can do that with a lot of people. Tip said T.I., from what I hear in the music industry, found a lot of niggas. He didn't polish them though. I heard Meek. You know what I'm saying? And Meek is now polished. Like, I don't know who did the discovery, but whoever put in the arm and the leg work is who we have to give credit to. And Nicki is a success.
Because of the visual success, she had whatever the fuck itty bitty piggy was on. But everything else in her career that was successful was while she was with him.
Yeah.
So y'all think Wayne should do a label, or y'all think he should just be like?
I don't think he should do
A&R?
shit.
No, I'm saying she just want him to have artists and do features.
I think he should find a way to help assist in finding artists, because I don't know how tapped into music Wayne is right now.
Yeah, I don't know how
he's really dropping music the way he's dropping. I feel like he's not really
business.
That's what I was.
I wouldn't suggest nobody to do business with none of them niggas, but he got a good ear.
I agree. So my whole thing is, if Wayne and Drake was somewhere sitting and Drake is like, hey, I'm thinking about this, I wouldn't mind if Wayne was like, all right, let me take a listen. But I don't feel like he should be given the stamp of like being the only nigga to be like, well, this is what we gonna do. I'ma sign this nigga, because one, like you said, you shouldn't be trusting that nigga. I don't know how business savvy he is, and I just don't think he's tapped into what this era is now. It's a couple niggas who are disconnected.
Like Wayne tried to sign Big Sean, you know what I'm saying, and say what you want about his career, but without Wayne, he's still been able to be very successful. You know, he has a good ear though.
Yeah, we gotta get him. We giving Nicki the.
That's fine. Now listen, polish who you want to polish the way you feel like it's necessary, but I can't personally go listen to
y'all think
Wayne.
cosigns matter now?
Not as much as they used to. Hell no.
They don't. However, I think if they come from certain individuals, that leads us a certain direction. If Drake give a nigga a cosign, niggas are gonna listen.
And it depends on the type
Lead
of
the league in
cosign.
Drake might be the only cosign that matter, artist wise.
Yeah, you like
And his cosigner normally he gonna get on the song.
you get on the track. I was about to say when Drake sample nigga, it's
That's
almost
what Wayne
like
did.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not all cosigns are the same level though.
yeah, no.
Yeah, I think we all can agree. Like from an artist standpoint, the cosign cool, but you don't need them like you used to. Kind of slick need them, like, cause come on, man, how many niggas done put in bars? Oh, I done blew up without the J feature, woody woo, like niggas really ain't on that.
I think it's who it is.
I think
like if Lil Baby stay next to you now, or Lil Baby stay next to you now,
Niggas gonna
the
take
cosign got to come from who the kids care about. Cause we too old to break artists.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of catch niggas once they don't got to a certain level. The kids is what break artists.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the kids because they're the ones on the internet.
all
Internet,
they on that shit
YouTube.
all day.
That shit crazy. Like,
It's funny, but
they do. Like, I mean, if you want to know who the
from.
hottest niggas about to be, ask the kids. I don't disagree. I just don't think that like you said, I'm really starting to agree that Drake might be the only nigga that can give a cosign and a nigga just run off with and somebody's gonna run off with a bag.
Yeah.
Cause even I'm thinking about like I seen Meek cosign a lot of niggas and I ain't gonna be hearing nothing from them niggas. And I love Meek as an artist. I'm like, so you co-signing these niggas, but what exactly are you co-signing? Like,
that's just Drake level of superstardom though. Like
I agree.
It's a lot of artists, and I give all the credit to the artists who are like this. It's a lot of artists who like heavily co-sign other artists. Like Meek is one of them, Lil Durk is one of them, Future is one of them.
I mean, Thug is like that too. He like
that, you know what I'm saying? And then
co-sign.
for those artists who work with those people, it still does take a little bit more work. Like if Drake hop on your track, you probably out of there for a period of time. Like,
You might have a solid 6 months with just one track.
Depending on who you
So
are.
that's
Who's
when
that one nigga that
the
came
team
out?
battles.
What's that one nigga?
She said except that one
JB
nigga.
Block Boy.
No,
It's Take Them Hard though. Yeah.
on the twos that only been
McCollum.
last very long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he got a Drake close.
Nah, he just lazy.
That too.
He just lazy.
Or the industry just
Like, he
homophobic.
Nah, he just lazy.
Or the industry homophobic.
Industry not homophobic. Industry is gay.
Industry is homophobic.
The industry or the fans?
Oh, you can be, first of all, you can be gay and homophobic. So we can get into that if you want to, but you can be gay and homophobic. So if the entire
You think that's
So you don't think it's an industry?
That's why he didn't have any
push?
success?
No, I don't think that's why he didn't have any success.
Okay.
But I do think
I
that
was-
it's
that's
what I was wondering.
Yeah, that's what I was
what
thinking
you
you
said.
I ain't gonna lie
I
to
think
you.
it's a lot of
I ain't
factors
know
that
he
go
had
into
came
it.
out gay.
Me neither.
I ain't know he had came out. Or he, McCollum, Love McCollum.
Well, I tell you what, he was making hella songs with the Migos. He came out as bisexual, and the Migos said, "We don't fuck with that shit. I ain't making no more
Oh, I
music."
do remember that incident. Yeah. that's-
So, live, you want to say the industry is not homophobic.
That's one group.
Live, you want to say that.
When you
black
say the
men
industry
are
to me,
homophobic.
I think
I'm
the
gonna go
power
further
is-
from the industry and
Right.
say a lot of men say that black men in general are homophobic, and I dare you to tell me
My
that
brother
you
gay.
haven't- you've made homophobic statements towards me
When?
on the internet,
When?
on Twitter.
Oh,
When?
shit.
What I say?
2017, I don't fucking know, something about me being, are you a boy or a girl, some weak ass, lame ass shit that I probably done heard since I was 12, like, that I remember specifically.
I
You know what I'm
asked you
saying?
a question?
I'm gonna say that niggas be homophobic and they like to play like they're not, and that's fine, but we're not about to sit here and pretend like it's not a fact. That's dumb.
I don't personally disagree. I don't think you're
No, I'm asking.
homophobic.
I'm asking.
However, no, I don't think you're homophobic. However, I do agree with her sentiments that just because you may be the exception or you may feel because you have what black men like to do is be like, oh, well, since I got a gay cousin, I'm not homophobic.
Same way that white people say, oh,
I got black friends. Yeah, so
Like,
it's a sticky situation because I don't think you're
So hold on,
homophobic.
time
You
out.
being my friend, I know you're not homophobic. However, that doesn't mean that you can't say offensive shit.
And furthermore, I'm not your friend.
Nah,
So
correct,
all I can do is base
correct.
base what I know about you
Correct.
off of my interaction with you. So maybe you're not homophobic, but if my specific
If her first impression
has
of
been
you
some
was,
homophobic shit,
you're
then that's what I'm gonna take from it. And you could be a totally different person. I have to see that later because this is my second time interacting with you since you tried me. So I'm in this space.
This is the second time since then?
This is my
Or
first
second
time.
time.
I've never met you before.
Okay,
I'm just going off what you just said.
I got you.
Do what you need. I'm a little drunk. Do what you need for what's here.
So, the statement when you said the industry is homophobic,
It is.
when you say industry to me, I think the powers that be. If you say artists in the game are homophobic, to me that's not the industry, that's different. Because the industry...
So who are the powers that be in your mind? Like we need to clarify who are the
I
powers
want to know,
that
do y'all think
Media.
they really know rappers are gay?
media,
be. I think a lot of. I think
There are no outward rappers that are
That
gay.
tells
Has
you
a
that-
lot to do
I
with the
agree.
industry that they're coming up under because within
It's
their
not
industry,
accepted.
they know that some of them know that they're sucking dick, but it's never something
mean,
that's talked about.
It's art, it's rap, it's sports. Like we would all be fools to think that there's no gay NBA players, no gay NFL players, and I think
that's
and for us to be like, oh well, we don't care, but for men to be like, well, if that nigga is gay, I don't want to watch this nigga no more. That
Or
shit's crazy.
if none of them are gay, then homophobia doesn't exist.
Time out. Do y'all think women are homophobic?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I don't think-
But
I just wonder why the niggas is homophobic.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this.
Because-
How many of y'all have gay male friends? No,
I don't,
besides
and
your
I
brother.
know.
I'm talking about besides my brother.
How many of y'all have like a gay homeboy that
I
you
got
would
gay
go out,
homeboys
that
that-
you would go out with and be comfortable in a setting with?
And then define the level of gay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a
We
gay
get
homeboy
into
that I
that.
know of.
Oh, you don't
Okay,
have any.
okay, so now-
wait. Do you have one? Because what you love to do would be the exception.
No, I'm not. You didn't even let me make my point.
But that is who you are.
But don't let don't
you
come with
you love to be the
don't come with
exception of
a
everything. I got a gay friend.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
If there's four niggas in here, you're gonna be the one that has a gay
How many
friend.
gay homegirls do you have?
That's different.
Homophobia does not just apply
No,
to male homophobia.
it kind of does in
But
certain
there's a
settings.
different.
So for him to be cool with her and know she's
that,
gay,
there's nothing about that. Lesbianism is fine, whether it's my type of lesbianism or the type that you don't like, or two pretty ass bitches kissing on each other. Lesbianism is fine. Man on man shit isn't
It's
fine.
never
So quite
accepted.
frankly, a lot of people fuck with lesbians, but they
Of
can't
course.
get jiggy with gay black men. So it's not the same argument.
Would you date a man who used to be gay?
that's not
Would you date a man who gay? I'm just asking a question.
No. I'm allowed to have
I'm
my
just asking questions.
What you're doing is you're trying to.
I'm
you're not
showing
asking me
that
my preference.
homophobia has many different
Just
angles.
because I won't date a man that dated men doesn't make me homophobic. That's not my preference.
I'm not
The same
saying
reason
that-
why I wouldn't date a woman. That's
And I
not
call
my
you
preference.
homophobic.
No, but what you're saying is.
I'm asking questions to lead to a point. If you react off the first question, we can never get to
No,
a
I
full
would not
conversation.
date a man who has dated a man before, but I don't date women either. So.
Would you date a woman who's dating a woman?
Yeah.
So that speaks to her point.
My fiance has dated.
That speaks to her point. What I'm saying is, the men in this industry, whether it's sports, entertainment, a lot of those men not coming out as gay is not just about what we gonna say.
So who do
a
you-
lot of them men have done gay stuff, and then they said, hey, I'd rather date a woman. They worry about what women are gonna say about them too.
Okay.
That happens.
Okay.
That was my only point. That's why I asked the question. But if you're gonna jump off the bridge when I ask the question, how can we ever get to a conversation?
So, but what?
I think you guys have confused her point. She said the industry was homophobic.
And that's why I
say males.
But that's why I asked you that.
She said the industry is homophobic and niggas is homophobic.
No.
She said it right back to back.
No, she made the comment about niggas being homophobic because she called you out for a comment that you made to her. That's how y'all specifically got on me.
That was afterwards. Check the tape.
I would like to know, who are the powers that be though? Who is that? Who are the people that you're speaking?
The media, the label runners,
You talking about some fucking Jewish
the
white
A&R.
That's what I'm assuming he's talking about, but I want him to be specific.
No, because
In your mind,
the Migos are signed to a black man.
Okay, so that's why I'm asking
That's the
you.
fucking point.
No. You asked me who was the industry, and I told you label owners, media, and then she said Jewish black men. They're not the only label
I'm
owners.
just trying to catch on.
So name a non-black one, because you just named a black nigga.
Who?
Who are the Migos signed to?
Name a non-black what?
Powers that be.
That's what I'm asking. Who are these powers that be? That's what I want to know. Like you said, the powers that be are not. You're not considering
Is
them.
niggas or Jewish men?
Who are the
As far as
powers? I just want an example. Who are the powers that
Jewish,
be?
a lot of women run these.
Who are the powers that be?
Julia Beverly, Sylvia Rome.
So what exactly?
Julie Greenwald.
Are they owning
They
labels or are they
presidents of
artists?
labels.
Okay, so are they the people? You're saying those are the people that are
Are
not
you saying-
homophobic or are?
No, I'm
I don't
saying
even give a fuck.
all of this stuff in the industry is not just being held and garnered by us.
Ain't nobody
So you
in
don't
this,
wait, so-
time out. Nobody in this motherfucking room said once that men are the absolute problem. We're talking about black men.
I just think y'all are the gatekeepers. I think y'all are the gatekeepers.
100%
You think we are the gatekeepers?
I think men are the gatekeepers of hip. Black men are the gatekeepers of hip hop.
Yeah, I disagree with you.
I completely disagree.
Then who is?
We just now taken more.
If you can only name 2 black CEOs, how would
Okay.
You said the
You know,
gatekeepers.
the gatekeepers for the culture. My apologies. Not the gatekeepers for who's going to
Y'all
be
are.
making it.
Y'all the consumer base.
All right, so
I mean,
Y'all are the consumer base.
time out. We're gonna move into the next conversation.
Okay.
We're gonna move into Pastor Troy,
Yeah,
which is it's the same
It's the same thing.
It's the same shit.
And I think he's there, that's wrong.
That's fine. We're gonna talk about black niggas saying homophobic shit, period, and how much they like ease at y'all skin to see gay shit. Because I'm not about to sit here and keep pretending with no nigga that black people aren't homophobic. Cause y'all my fucking community. So y'all all the fuck that I have to listen to and read and fucking hear from all fucking day. And I see that shit all day. And what's irritating as fuck to me is that a grown ass man who has said questionable shit will come into any room and try to dismiss a point. And that's the exact same shit that white people do to black people. So So the least that you could do is just hear the point, whether you agree with it or not. Don't try to dismiss that shit. I don't like dismissive shit, period. Listen to what the point is, because it's not wrong. Black men are more homophobic than pretty much any other demographic. It does exist. Y'all have a problem. I don't know if it's like internalized homophobia because y'all like boys. I don't fucking know what the problem is, but y'all are homophobic. And Pastor Troy said some wild shit. He at Applebee's, whatever the fuck cheap ass restaurant he's at, and saw a nigga eating cheese sticks, and it blew his whole day.
So I'll tap into this shit, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. Growing up, where we from, we was taught that shit is funny looking, it's dead ass wrong. I'm talking about from religion, from the men that raised us. That's how we was taught.
These are facts. I was taught the same shit. Go on.
So yeah. So as I went through life now, I want to be clear. I never hated gay people. I wouldn't fool with them growing up, going through middle school. I actually have gotten into a fight with a gay dude before, like in middle school. Was that?
You weren't allowed to.
I agree. For standards.
I got two brothers.
I mean,
You weren't allowed
standards.
to.
Yeah, standards.
I played football and shit. We just didn't have nothing in common. Like I would speak to him in class. We interact in class. We laugh. We probably sit at the same lunch table. But outside of school, I wasn't hanging with niggas that were known as gay. Whether or not they decided they were gay back then or whatever, I wasn't hanging out with them. So as I grew older, high school, go to college, I'm like, you know what? Okay, like you could be cool with these niggas. You could interact with them at parties and everything. Like what they do don't affect you, as long as it don't infringe on your lifestyle. Hey, let them have that. That's their shit. That's their choice. They have a right to that choice. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like the reason black men have an issue with homophobia is just we've been conditioned to like it, and it's tied into black men not being able to be emotional. Like so many people have told us for so many years what a man is, especially what a black man is, that shit hard to break your own those stigmas and formulate your own opinions and formulate your own feelings. I'm glad to say now, like that shit don't mean shit to me. Like they want to, if gay men want to get married, let them get married. That shit don't bother me. Like, but you asked me 7-8 years ago, I might say, no, marriage is sacred. That should be between a man and a woman. But now I'm like, you know what, that'll make them happy. Marriage is just a government game anyway. Hey, y'all go get married. Y'all live happy, live ever after.
A lot of gay men marry women.
A lot.
That's what I don't feel. That's what I don't feel.
That's the only thing
I will forever have a problem with that, my G. Like, if you going home land with one of our black women at night and sneaking off during the day with a nigga, and you know what I'm saying, exposing your wife to all kind of dangers and shit, and just, I never forgive that, man. And I feel like, that act in itself, not being gay, but being sneaky gay and acting like you ain't, that tears apart family and lives, and I'll never feel that personally. And PT, you was dead ass wrong. I hope your son, you know what I'm saying, one day figure out his own path and get his own opinion, and he's not ruined from the shit that you've taught him, and you've probably been taught wrong. So I hope y'all, you know what I'm saying, one day can have a life-changing moment and y'all change up perspective. I did once, and it was hard to read, personally.
Yeah. He said, well, guess I won't be winning a Grammy if this what I gotta wear. They love to put this shit on our kids. The other day, Applebee's, poor ass nigga, had some punks kissing and laughing, eating mozzarella sticks. First thing my 14-year-old son said was, fuck Applebee's. And it brought joy to my heart.
White
He sees it.
No, literally, that's what this shit sounds like.
It's exactly what it sounds like. He sees it, their agenda to take masculinity from men, black men especially. Some may say he making money. RuPaul do too, but I ain't bumping his CD. Integrity is priceless. Y'all better open that third eye and let your sons know what is real. Hey man, listen. If the point of your motherfucking rant is to talk about why you won't win a Grammy, my nigga, I got a lot of reasons why you will never win a Grammy. And it don't have nothing to do with that nigga.
Yeah.
Cause I heard your last shit.
He had some last shit?
He had some shit like last year.
I ain't heard Pastor Troy rap in 10 years.
And I don't want to hear him rap.
He had to take last year and that shit sound like 04 Pastor Troy.
Oh shit. So he had some last shit.
Nigga, that's not why you're not winning a Grammy. You don't have no ears.
And you gotta put out good music to first even take a step.
You gotta put out music in general.
But you just want to attack somebody because your career ain't doing what you thought it was.
I agree. I felt like that
He
is.
got a certain insecurity.
And he did the typical response when everybody came down on him.
He said that. He said that he retracted his statement, and I haven't
He
seen
did the
that.
typical The typical.
I got black friends.
Yeah.
I've taken pictures with gay people.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy. So let me be clear, because I don't want to leave it unclear. My point about McConan was that his sexual preference wasn't his particular reason. I'll never say that black people as a whole, in our generation and before, are very homophobic.
Okay.
Yep.
Very homophobic. My brother's been gay my whole life. I've always been the advocate for my brother in my family. And that's what the men's side and the women's side. Most of the women have taken it harder than the men because of their religious reasons. Because they think it's just based off religion.
Right.
It's still homophobic.
I agree.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I hate when something like what Pastor Troy did happens, because it shows how, even though you said 7 years ago you thought a different way, it just shows how if you can be miseducated when you're young, it just shows how late to the party men have been. To now there's more information out there. Now there's more stories out there. Now, like, I didn't know about, my brother just got me the book for it. It's a big story from California where they like kill these gay people, and they had like a big, it's a book, it's a movie, it's a big thing. I'm mad I can't think of it. But I didn't know about stuff like that when I was younger. All I knew was when nobody could fuck with my brother. I don't care what the situation is. So it's so much information out there now for somebody like Pastor Troy, who's old enough, and he just stuck in his ways.
Right.
But he can't say, oh, this is just what I was taught. Because if you can get new information, all of us can get new
You
information.
can unlearn things pretty much.
Not to mention, it's this whole virus of wanting to go viral. He knew once he made that, he was going to get some shine.
Especially
That's some sucky shit to me.
Yeah, and I respect that, because honestly, I'm sure you can echo this. All of us from Georgia, in the late '90s, 2000, Pastor Troy was like one of the best things since sliced bread as far as a musical standpoint. He got some cuts. Yeah, on a regional level. Yeah, for our
That's
sake.
too far.
It might be. I mean, you know, you.
No, I just feel like we hold him in a really high regard. Like we have held him in a really high regard, but ultimately, like
his time is past.
I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold that nigga in the highest regard. Like, there's some other stuff. I get what you're saying. Like, he made some music for that time.
A couple.
Yeah.
Not a lot. There's
I'd say two shit.
I should probably think of folk tracks.
But
yeah, you talking about Dodge in Atlanta, where she's from Atlanta, and the way that Atlanta received him, as far as his widespread tracks, he didn't have more than two. So I'm only talking about the regard in which we hold him, because we do feel like Pastor Troy is like in Atlanta.
I think we hold him high because of the phrase more than the music.
Yes,
like
maybe.
And when he was going to war with Pete, but that's like 97.
Yeah.
That's so long ago.
But now that you say dumb shit, we gonna put him right where you need to be.
Yeah, now you gotta put him
We
in.
gonna hold you accountable, and
we definitely taking a lot of niggas over Pastor Troy. Musically
I'm taking
before
a
this.
lot of niggas
So
over
many
Pastor
people,
Troy.
like Pastor Troy's like probably in the conversation at all.
Facts.
It's just a phrase, honestly. Like
I agree.
I think that's his whole legacy. That and vice versa.
That and the belt. Don't forget the belt.
Any pop like vice versa. Like I don't hurt people in
I
vice
don't remember
versa.
that one, so.
Nah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I think.
So when we were coming up, you were kind of saying that you felt like the retraction was weak, which I agree. I think
it's very weak.
I think it's very weak.
Yeah.
However,
Did an apology come?
Because number one, because I don't feel it was.
genuine.
If you retract your statement because somebody gave you some game or somebody gave you some real thing and you had to sit down and talk about it, somebody in your family came and told you it was wrong, your son or somebody said it was wrong, and you had to look that shit in the face, and then you came back later and said, I was wrong.
I still ain't rolling in 2020, because in 2020, whatever the fuck they said to you was already available.
I mean, look, it's not like he slipped up and said some shit in the interview and said, I mean, like.
No, I agree. I think
You wrote the book.
went crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Read it and everything.
Exactly.
I'm the type of nigga, I really don't like retractions at all. Like, I
respect an apology.
I don't, nigga. If you don't mean it, which most of the
Yeah, no, all we want is sincere.
Like on some personal shit, apologize to me, please. But as far as these celebrities and shit go, y'all hold that shit, because
Yeah.
somebody from your PR team that told you to make this statement, you
It's
don't
too late,
fucking
right?
mean it at all.
Probably the
Like,
person-
it's not even too late, you don't mean it. Like, it might not be too late. If I can see an apology,
Yeah,
I'll
no.
be able to say
Yeah.
that shit. But if I don't feel like you mean that shit, like if I feel like you wrote a long ass paragraph in 2020, that's how you feel, bro. There's nothing that
That
nobody can
shit
say to you to
was
change your
good.
mind.
That shit was
Right.
Don't
Pick a side and
apologize.
stay there.
Because it's some homophobes who probably was rocking with you when you said that shit. Now you
course.
apologize. Now you don't have the people who are not homophobic, and you don't have the homophobes.
Correct.
I can't believe you cared that much about some niggas eating mozzarella sticks.
And the Applebee's, my nigga, like, damn,
bro,
bruh.
tripping.
Imagine not minding your business that bad. Just mind your fucking business.
Yeah, them
Hey, y'all think he didn't think he was big enough for nobody to care? Like, I don't think I would have ever saw Pastor. I ain't know Pastor Troy had social media.
I didn't.
I did.
I
I've seen
didn't
it
either.
before.
I mean, I mean, I've seen his social media before, and I'm just, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think.
That shit just black.
I mean, the thing about the internet is, there's really no way to control what gets picked up. And I think a lot of conversations go into the things that do get picked up, but obviously no conversations go into the things that don't get picked up. So it's a lot of shit that's said that a lot of people pay no mind to. It just go by every fucking day. Every so often, somebody hits somebody's trigger. I don't know who trigger Pastor Troy hit, because his shit ended up on all the blogs. That shit was on every single, even blogs I've never heard of was talking about that shit. So he really had no way to escape it. But that's the internet.
Yeah,
You
you
just
are,
never
yeah.
know how your shit
I mean,
Press
some
in.
beast. Yeah, I was about to say, once you put it out there, it's out there.
You better mean it.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
delete it in 3 seconds, you still better mean what you said.
Because they already got it. They already got it.
Somebody got it.
Somebody got the screenshot. So I don't know. It's unfortunate, and it's really unfortunate that he said I was proud of my 14-year-old son, because I mean, literally.
Because that means he thought about it.
I mean, it's literally like racism. Like nobody is born racist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And then his
saying?
son saw that, and now that's
He
gonna make
just-
him double
correct.
down on what.
I mean, it's really just like sick conditioning when you think about it,
Yeah.
because it is literally the exact same things that white people use to oppress us, and like more frequently than not, we'll take the exact same sentiment, if not the exact same fucking sentence, and just change out who we're talking to, and it'll be exactly from the white people, and to read that shit and be like, damn, that niggas dead ass don't even see
The similarities, the parallel.
It's exactly the same. You took out black and put gay, and y'all don't see a problem with that. And that's like a sickness in our community that I hope one day that a lot
I don't
of
even know
people-
how. I was gonna say I don't even know how we gonna get to that.
I
Like with the level of awareness that one side has, and then the level of non-awareness that one side has. What that one side
Unfortunately, like,
has.
it just means you gotta keep talking about it. Like,
Right.
personally, me, I don't want to talk about it. That shit is not something I want to talk about all day. Like, I'd rather just go by it. But at the same time, like, I'm the type of nigga that I'm not ever gonna be in the face of disrespect and not say nothing. And so that's when the shit starts to get a little bit bumpy. Like, I might see some shit on the internet and just let it skedaddle. But when it comes to like some face-to-face shit, I'm a different type of person. Like, I grew up in the 90s. I still go off them codes. Like, I go off late 80s, early 90s codes. Like, we gonna address that shit face to face. And I'm really not about to play with you about no bullshit.
I feel it. But shit, man. Speaking on respect and you know what I'm saying, all that, like,
Oh, here come that etiquette conversation.
yeah.
No,
like,
we didn't get Kevin Gates.
Yeah, run the Gates, man. Gates just had an album drop, just a nice dope video that is his
When did it drop?
what was that? It might have been about a month ago.
It was about a month ago.
Yeah,
I haven't. I don't know how many songs. I don't think it was that many tracks on there.
Yeah, it wasn't, which you know I'm all here for it. It was where man. He dropped him. Yeah, that was the latest one. It was actually a couple months ago, but he just had a new single for it. His wife produced it, and they was doing a PR run, and Gates went to pretty much talking about how Drake had been there for him from the good, bad, back to the good. You know? Yeah. Run the clip though. Run the clip.
17. She was a virgin. I had just got out of jail, and we met in March. I went back to jail for Christmas in front of her. I stabbed somebody. How many times at the movie theater?
It was a lot. I don't remember.
Jugged them. I'm talking about hitting them with the blade, pushing them off it.
It's crazy.
Come here. Like real, you know, that type of time. Man, that woman stayed there. She wasn't in my life for nothing but like 3 months?
Yeah,
Stayed
it
there,
wasn't
ain't
long at all.
moved, stood there. I done had a lot of women in my life that come in my life soon as tough times call. They, pew, 2.2 seconds, they out of there. She's witnessed everything that I'm talking about to you. So if you say mental illness, yeah, I was a sick man. I was sick.
So, what y'all think about that? So, what the question is like basically ride or die hold it down through no matter what in relationships? Like, what's your thoughts?
I mean, it's one thing to be loyal to somebody, you know what I'm saying, but it's another thing to just be stupid too.
That was a short clip, because in the long clip, she said some shit like, well, he said some shit like, she didn't see me come home bloody from killing a nigga. And she like held it down, like.
You said that?
I'm
I
pretty
must have
sure.
only saw the short clip because that's the only part I saw.
They're talking about their relationship, like the whole
Shit,
thing.
but,
How she
I
said
think that was in
and all
reference
this
to
other stuff.
when he had to poke the nigga at the movie theater. But bro, I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like, it's one thing to be loyal and it's one thing to be stupid. Like, yeah, I think you should.
So is she loyal or is she stupid?
Drika, what from my perspective and with the information I have,
With the information you
I
have.
think Drika is just a ride or die.
Okay.
Now, I'm gonna put it in perspective, because I think she dumb, but I think it worked out. If it wasn't Kevin Gates and it was some other nigga, would you still think that she was smart?
Like a nigga who didn't make it.
It's
Like a nigga whose mixtape is on
You
is
said
Chevron.
I say yes because their relationship started before we knew who Kevin Gates really was.
That's fair.
So you think she just?
I think she
loyal
really
regardless?
was just.
Okay.
I think she just.
I think that's
who
fair.
she
Okay,
wanted
so
to be.
if we remove Kevin Gates and Drika, and now we're just talking about the ride or die perspective of, she just a ride or die. Is that what, I guess, is that what people want? Is when you come in that crib and you're bloody, you just want your bitch to be like, yeah, I don't see nothing that's going on.
I look at it like this. I think she's stupid if she stay throughout things that he's doing to her wrong.
mistreatment.
If you chose to be with a street guy who you know do street things, you got to be loyal when he do street things.
Okay.
Yep.
But if I hate kind of like over the last couple of years to romanticize, like she ride or die because she let me cheat and come back.
Correct.
Or I had a baby and she stayed.
Correct.
That, to me, that's not ride or die because I'm not doing that for no woman either.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like if my girl go to jail for some stuff that I knew she was doing and I stayed with her, then I'm supposed to be loyal to her while she in jail.
Right.
If you do some stuff
Especially
that I didn't know you was doing, that I didn't know I was signing up for,
Right.
and you do it, and I leave, that don't make me disloyal.
Right.
Me staying don't make me stupid either. But if you continue to do the same thing,
I agree.
you keep going to jail for the same thing,
Yeah.
now I'm stupid because
Okay.
a part of loyalty is belief in somebody's ability to change or do better. If you keep showing me that you're not gonna do better, whatever the infraction is, I'm stupid for staying.
Right.
Now, stupid might work out in the long run,
Right.
but you got to say, hey, I was willing to be stupid for 10
Right,
years
right, right.
because I felt like in year 15 we was gonna be alright.
Right. Right.
What y'all think about Erin Hernandez, girl? Y'all, everybody seen the special? Cause she held it down. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I think
she
She
held it
loyal.
I have a lot of.
She said she don't know where she went to the garbage at.
That shit was the craziest shit I ever saw.
She said
She
he been like that.
She blurred out, "It's a gun." I don't know
I don't know what it
It's
is.
a black mark.
But she knew who he was before all of that.
Yeah.
Like in high school, he was the same nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It might not have been as bad.
It escalated.
And then she became loyal to herself too. Like it's a part of this, that success that we not factoring in. It's hard to go back from.
Nah,
a
she's
lifestyle.
thinking like I'm not about to lose.
I'm not- I don't stuck through all
I'm
this.
not gonna be the one to fuck
Yeah.
this bag up
Yeah, right.
because my husband done fucked up. I'm just gonna have to ride the wave.
Yeah, like
I'm
and
not-
honestly,
I'm not
I still
really
feel like they should.
advocating for
I still
right.
feel like she should get the money
I do
from
too.
the contract.
I do too.
I feel the families they can sue for some of it.
I agree.
Or something
Civil
like that,
suit,
a civil
but
suit. But I feel like she should get the money based on the rules. But that's
based on what's
business.
promised, correct.
Based- But that's business. They can void.
Man, they void
every
everything.
contract can be manipulated.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not a fan of the
but I
ride
think
out
she.
here. I'm just
I think
not.
she.
Why?
She's loyal. I'm not either.
definition done got misconstrued.
I mean, I honestly only see ride or dies apply to women, which is why I'm not a fan of it. I felt like if maybe it was like an overall blanketed statement for everybody, like, oh, my nigga is a ride or die, then maybe I could get with it. But I just don't like the premise that ride or die comes with like suffering, and then it's only women that have to do the suffering.
What do you
in a
call
sense.
Papoose?
He's definitely a ride or die. But
He might be the only.
but
He might be the only nigga.
and that's the
He might be the only nigga.
he's the first nigga that popped in my mind when I started talking about
Right.
it's only women. Like he's literally the
And
only
there's a
nigga
lot
I
of
know.
niggas in the world who will call a bitch.
Yeah.
Like we'll say here right now, and maybe y'all will say that as well. But there are a lot of men in the world
it's
who like.
Like he's
from the
The
women
fun of the
I
nigga
know who've been incarcerated, It's really fucked up how
Cause they nothing come from that, but
money
another
on your
hip-hop
books,
deal.
they come visit, all your bitches come visit. Your kids come visit, your mama come visit, your aunt come visit, and when you go to women prisons, don't nobody come visit.
But I will say this.
Husbands don't come, mothers don't come because
Niggas
it's
is not
hard to see.
riding. If you let another nigga put their dick in your bitch, like you're not riding with that bitch. But if another nigga puts their dick in another bitch, they still want you to hold it down.
Right.
See, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with like I think polygamy should be legal, but I don't want polygamy.
Correct.
I think people
Should have that.
marriage rights is marriage rights. Everybody should have the right to
Have
do
be married
what they
I
agree
agree.
to.
I agree.
Right.
The reason why polygamy is not legal is because of economics. It has nothing to do with morality.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with, you know what I'm saying? It's like if I'm single and I got two homegirls that's struggling and they ain't got no insurance or whatever, I technically should be able to marry both of them and put them on my insurance. That's why polygamy is not legal.
Right.
Because they don't want us to be able to stabilize finances. But on the other hand, I'm not gonna ever say I'm ride or die.
Free game.
Because if you stretch me for 3 months, I'm out.
If the bitch
Like,
for 2 days, you
Your
out.
piece.
Come on, man. Give me a little credit.
Ease
But
up, ease
what
up.
I'm saying is, I think we have romanticized trauma and called it loyalty.
I agree.
And
And I'm not with that
That
shit.
ain't it.
that ain't it. Cause I got a goddaughter, I got sisters, I got me. You know what I'm saying? So I know I'm not gonna ask anybody to deal with what I want to deal with. And I think a lot of times, because we know women are naturally more selfless with their love,
Man.
that they get the, you know, we try to gas them up and call them ride or die.
Correct. To make them feel better.
To make them feel better about
Like
putting up with our
correct,
shit.
correct.
Because men love selfishly. That's
I
why
agree.
we gonna do what's best
That's
for
for y'all.
us.
I agree.
Now you might get to a point where we change it and we might have kids or we might,
Right.
you know what I'm saying,
I agree.
you don't been with somebody, but we have to learn to love unselfishly.
I agree.
Y'all have to learn to love selfishly.
Selfishly, I
So
agree.
it's a bad mix. That's why I don't like it.
I agree. I just can't.
And then you ever tried to date a girl who's like the ride or die for the wrong nigga?
Hate to see it.
Hate to see.
Man.
That's some trauma for your
Yeah.
legs. But speaking of selfish and unselfish, man, like so I wanna get into some shit, man. Like I know it's been a topic for years now, definitely at least since I was in college. The whole IG etiquette, social media etiquette, you know, with the introduction of social media, you know, there's been the parameters of cheating and disrespect have extended to social media as well. So I wanted to know what y'all thoughts about, you know, what is proper IG etiquette?
First and foremost, in a relationship or talking stage?
Relationship. Fuck the talking stage. We don't respect the talking stage.
Who in a relationship on here? Okay.
You need to put a ring on it, girl.
Tell her your worth, King.
Pinky ring till I get a wedding ring, Jen. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna get in trouble. This is bad etiquette right here.
She know my heart though. She know my heart.
Think she gonna boot the whole podcast, scrap the whole episode.
You ain't going nowhere on Saturday mornings now.
Right. What's fine?
Shit.
I want to let y'all go first. I'm gonna hold mine.
Let's who wanna pop it off?
I mean, I'll pop it off. Like, I mean, the big deal about likes, I had to say, like, it's just a level of respect. So, like, what are you liking? You know what I'm saying? Like, a pretty female in and of itself, hopefully, should not be like a big point of contention as far as you liking it on Instagram. Like, are you just liking naked bitches? Are you liking bitches?
The same bitches, the same bitch over and over.
Yeah, it's a
I'm
body
asking.
shit. Like, what's into it?
Because from what I've heard, the point of Instagram is to like. That's what.
That's literally the format.
That's what I was told. That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? The point of Instagram is for likes. I see you say it multiple times, and the crazy thing is, it sounds like so profound, but that is the point of Instagram.
It is
to like pictures. It is to like photos.
It's not algebra.
It's algorithms though, so it's other shit that goes into it.
And that's another piece of it to me.
I mean, now it's catering to what you like. So it's like, well, if you've been liking naked bitches for 2 years, all that's gonna be on your timeline now is naked bitches. That's the algorithm. If I like sneakers for 2 years on my Instagram, sneakers are gonna pop up on my Instagram. So now, like you said, it's like, what are you liking?
But you know,
Pandas and Dipsy on my Instagram.
She's like, let me be clear.
Okay, so they don't have the activity tab anymore, right?
I think bitches might have lost their mind.
Let me ask, I want to ask women, like, if you was to go check the activity tab, say it was still there,
I'm scared to see it.
and you saw your boyfriend's likes, right? And he got 5 in an hour time span. He got 5 likes of 5 different attractive girls, and he got 15 sports likes.
I mean,
That's
I'm
regular.
Huh?
That's regular.
yeah,
That's right.
I'm not. Nobody's about to blow that shit up and be like, oh.
I feel like, and you know, my last relationship, my ex will vouch for me.
Wait, when was your last relationship? I'm just trying to be clear on the
In
time.
2014.
Okay. All right.
So my last relationship, she will vouch for me.
Oh, so this is on the cusp of.
This is when
So
Instagram
it was still
Now, I've been on Instagram.
I've been on
I've
Instagram.
been on Instagram 10 years.
But being on Instagram for 10 years is not the same as when Instagram started popping.
Instagram started getting popular in like 2012.
Like,
I wasn't even college.
when we was in 2009, tell me I'm lying. When we was in 2009, Twitter was our shit. Instagram, if you had it,
I feel like Instagram etiquette and Twitter.
Right.
I feel like the etiquette is the same though, because Twitter had likes too.
but it's different because
Girls ain't never used to check
No,
their
I
likes.
think bitches check likes now.
I'm not saying that
I think
that
people
didn't
use
happen.
likes
I don't think they check likes now.
Yo.
I don't think people check. I'm talking about on Twitter. Cause smart niggas bookmark it if you go do
Niggas get crazy
you
on
go do
likes
some
on
crazy
Twitter.
shit. But I feel like, alright.
niggas get caught up for their Twitters just as much as they do for their
But
Instagram.
I think they get caught up more for their Twitters. I just don't think it's for the likes. I think it's for the tweets.
Yeah.
Like, I think on Twitter you get caught up for what you say. Like,
That's because Twitter is a word site and Instagram is a picture site.
Visual.
So if a nigga get on Twitter and their words say, fuck
Fuck
all
these
bitches
hoes.
that exist.
And you got
your
bitch.
nigga likes that shit. You might be a little irritated, but it's not quite the same as your nigga liking the same bitch 37 naked pictures. It's not the same type of feeling.
I'm gonna put it to you like this.
Fake body,
I'm gonna put it to you like
40
this.
times a day.
If you look at somebody's likes to find confirmation, most of the time that's what it is to me. Because if you look, you're not looking to see what I like or what I'm into. You're looking to see if I'm doing some fuck shit. 9 times out of 10.
Now you got the feature where I talk to my nigga enough on social media, every time I come across something he like, he the first picture I see. So if I'm scrolling through some shit and every time I see an IG model or every time I see a
Oh, yeah, the
picture
name.
and I see my nigga
His
first,
name.
I feel like that shit is.
IG stop dry snitching.
I was about to say, I feel like
They need to get rid of that
I
shit.
feel like that shit is really
All this, I feel like all of this
It's really
stuff
triggering.
has been. There's specific things like read receipts. If you like something on Twitter now, it's just like a retweet. You might as well retweet.
You might as well retweet.
Because
I
it's in
can
my
see
timeline.
It's gonna
You
tell
might as well
everybody.
because it's still on my timeline.
I feel like they want us to be dysfunctional and triggered, right? But in a relationship, I think a relationship, as crazy as it sounds, you got to know who you with.
Facts.
Like, your etiquette and my etiquette is gonna be different. I don't even believe in following my girl on social media. She can follow me. I don't want to experience you through social media.
That's real 2014.
That's just really how I feel.
He
That's real, like, you know,
he been on his stance.
That's really how.
No, yeah.
That's really how I feel. Cause like,
So
it ain't for the BS. Like, you don't tweet like this, but a lot of people tweet their random thoughts and emotions all day, right?
yeah, you're right.
That's what a lot of people do, right? If I know your whole day from your timeline, how much we gotta talk about?
So is that what that's about? Her?
That's what it's always been. No, she can follow me.
You not following
I'm
her.
not following her.
So y'all still don't have nothing to talk about because she tweeted
I think that
that lunch was
yourself
whack.
with your partner.
Huh?
I think
So-
that it's the thing, like you said, you gotta know your person. I shouldn't get on social media and not know who the fuck my nigga is. Like, who is this nigga? That's the problem. And I think
That's a
what
ding,
niggas miss.
ding, nigga.
'Cause here's the
Like,
thing.
I follow my wife. My wife follow me, and my wife got my passwords.
She can have. If I was in a relationship, you can look all through my shit. I don't want to experience your day through social media. That's me.
But so you
But
got
say that you're dating somebody that gets on social media once a week, you still have the same.
So if she get on once a week, it don't matter if I follow her anyway. Because I'm not seeing nothing because she's not active.
This is the thing for you.
I think the bigger thing for you is to listen to women. You sound really aggressive in your stance, and that's fine. You can feel that way, but I do think it's important that you hear the perspective of women because it's not that deep. Like ultimately, it's not that deep. And but hear what I'm saying before you rebut. It's not that deep, and you kind of passionate about it, and you'll find a girl who don't really care, but your passion will turn her off. Like
no, it'll turn her on to wanting to want to
you know what I'm saying? Like it's just not that deep. You should hope that it's not that deep, or you get a partner that if you say some things that are questionable or that are
I mean, I would agree that we're all getting into that older age of we're all moving towards those stages of people trying to settle down and get married and all that other stuff. Even if you're not in a current relationship right now, that is kind of what we see, because everybody's pregnant, everybody's getting married, all this other stuff. So for you, I think the biggest thing when you're me as your friend, when women want to see what you're doing on your Twitter, not necessarily who you like and who you interact with, but the shit you're saying, because what you tend to do is be extremely controversial. Like, so you want to jump off the deep end and be like, my bitch can't follow me. Well, she can follow me, but I'm not following her. And now everybody's like, what the fuck is the big deal? Like, why can't you follow? Why can't we have this exchange? Because you're saying it's all about my day. But at the end of the day, you being my friend, I know you're trolling half the time on Twitter. I know I troll a lot on Twitter. I know a lot of the shit I say about niggas on Twitter doesn't apply to the man that I sleep with.
But y'all can do that. We can't.
No.
If a man tell you, oh, that shit that I'm liking don't got nothing to do with what I like.
The difference, my point, if you act that way with her, when she get on your social media, she will know that's my nigga.
Joking around.
My nigga post some stuff on social media sometimes. I'm like, this nigga so stupid. It don't get under my skin, because when he around me, he talk that same shit.
I was just about to say.
Ass walk by, he look right at her ass. But you know some shit that I'm not
25 pictures of the same nigga.
Exactly.
There's nothing convenient
But see,
about it.
I feel like-
There's not even a way to take
I feel
pictures.
like
None of
there has
that.
been, y'all completely missed my point.
So what's
I have no problem with her seeing what I do. I'm talking about what she said. I'm talking about her.
No,
You go back to
you just said
women following you and you not
Why
following
can't
women.
you?
No, I'm saying women can say what I'm doing on social media or what I'm saying on social media don't apply to you. We can't say that.
I just said yes, y'all can if you're that person with your woman. That was my point.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think this goes back to, I know y'all seen Mike Epps stand up, right? Where the nigga was like, when you see a married homie with his wife, he's a completely different nigga than he is when he's with your homeboys. I'm not saying that sentiment is not true for everyone. I think there is a level of comfort maybe that some people have with their friends, and maybe like vulgarity they may use with their friends that they may not use with their partner. For whatever reason, I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. However, that may be where that line that she's talking about, well, if you don't act this way with me, if you're not this vulgar ass nigga with me, why are you going crazy on the internet? Like, why are you doing all this shit for the internet? So now it's like, well, who are you doing it for? Not even like what you're liking. Who is this? What is this audience that you're?
Or what are you even seeking? Like, what are you looking for?
Right.
You know me.
I do.
I'm a fairly consistent person.
I mean, for us to be friends in real life, we're friends on Twitter, but we're not. Like, people would think we don't even like each other.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's like that. It's crazy because we agree, but you like to you like
have the
but you
same-
like to
Y'all are friends.
We can have the same conversation.
Rob is with me is two different people. Stuff Rob do on social media would not affect me, but I can absolutely see why it would affect his fiance.
I agree.
Y'all are friends.
And to your point.
Wait, that's my time. I'm like,
To your
bitch,
point.
you date, I'm not gonna like this
To
shit.
your point, you said,
Exactly.
and I agree with you. First and foremost, let me put that out there. You said you need to listen to a woman's perspective on it. I'm a writer. All I do is take in perspectives. All I do is watch people.
You
But
think
why?
I'm
Hold on. Why is it? Once I listen to your point, why is it nobody say, well, let's listen to the man? You should listen to how a man. If you feel like it's not that deep on this side, and I feel like it's not that deep on that side, social media has only been around 10 years. People have dated without social media. People have dated without looking at their social media. People have dated without.
But you know what has existed beyond all this shit, beyond social media, beyond whatever the fuck time limit you give it, is patriarchy. And a lot of women are just now having their opportunity to say something, period. Men have always had a place.
That's part of my reason. I don't want you to feel like you can't do it. Like, I don't want to be in your group chat.
A lot of men
because you might kick it with your girls a little different in your group chat, right? You might kick it a little different on social media
but
than you
group
will.
chat is not social media.
No, hold on.
That's a social platform.
What I'm saying
so
is,
if I talk to my wife about you in particular, or you in particular, or you in particular, that's a conversation between me and my wife. If I talk to y'all niggas and y'all tell me that y'all don't want to talk about Lil Wayne, then y'all say we don't want to talk about Lil Wayne in a group text. We're not gonna go into that shit on the podcast, and I'm not gonna beg y'all niggas to say what the fuck you have to say. But if you're on social media, a platform that is not you and your homies, you and your wife, you and your niggas. It's a platform that everybody has access to, and you choose to use that platform to disrespect or respect whoever the fuck you want, you're not gonna get the same type of response you would get if it were just you and your niggas, you and your wife, you and your person. You opened your opinion up to thousands of people. Whether hundreds, 50s, or thousands respond to that shit is a totally fucking different story. You've opened your fucking opinion up to the niggas, so they can give you whatever the fuck that they want to give you. That's period. Once you go through social media,
able to see mine.
And she should.
I just don't want to experience her through social media. I would rather, if you having a bad day, I'm going to be talking to you throughout the day. I don't want to already know you had a bad
I'll
day.
always be interested in the bitch that a nigga end up with.
I'm not
You know what I'm saying?
as
I'm not
his
like you,
friend,
but
I've been waiting to see that.
I mean,
we already had who was your last
who gonna be your partner? What this bitch gonna be like?
I don't think
What this woman gonna be
what
like?
he's saying. I
get what he's saying.
I think we're talking about two different things.
Yeah,
I make a different point for what I'm making.
Yeah, like
but at
you're
the same
talking about
time,
something totally separate than what the actual topic was. Not that it's not going with the topic, but the question was
The etiquette.
What should exactly?
The
What's
etiquette.
respectful?
if you
and what's
are in a
not
relationship,
So what for you would be disrespectful for your girl to do on social media that would have you being like, this is not good etiquette to practice being in a relationship?
you got me looking crazy on the internet.
Yeah, what would that in the problem I have with
Probably being hypersexual.
so being like halfway
Well,
clothed or like, because I know you're very you're an intelligent man, so it's like if your girl's on a girl's trip, you're not gonna trip about the bathing suit pictures.
Yeah.
So what's hypersexual?
Like, I think, even if you take a bathing suit picture, it's a way you take a bathing suit picture, like I'm on vacation with my girls, and it's a way you can take a bathing suit picture to make sure nigga can see every curve of your
I ain't
body.
got nothing to offer.
Or most of your shit is like that.
So that make you mad?
No, it wouldn't make me mad. She said what I would think.
What would he
I don't
think is bad
really
social
get
media?
mad about social media at all.
That's what I was about. That's
That's what I'm saying.
No,
But
a lot of this shit is.
I would think that is disrespectful. Or I would think the minute we get into
to
it,
your relationship, that's what you're saying?
I would think it'd be disrespectful as a partner. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I got a question. So on the hypersexual is the problem for her to pose. What on your end?
Consistently.
What can you like? Because that, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, that is, you said the point of Instagram is likes. If I know me posting my nigga is not gonna get me likes, but me posting a selfie is gonna get me likes, what are we doing here? Because I mean, if I'm catering to my Instagram audience of me wanting to get likes of whoever that is, if it's people that follow me, people that don't, where does that? So you like hypersexual shit, but I just can't post it, or like how does that work?
But I never said she couldn't post it. I said you asked me what would be disrespectful.
So I'm asking you, are you being disrespectful now by liking hypersexual shit if you wouldn't want your partner to do that in a relationship? Which is going to the point of the likes.
If I was going to like anything in a relationship that could be perceived as hypersexual, it would probably be a celebrity. Outside of that, I won't.
It doesn't make a difference.
I'm just telling you
At this point, it's not
my
impossible for you to get your hands on a celebrity because of social media.
Let me jump.
That's a valid point.
Which is a valid point.
That's a valid
So for you, you're like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, a person
For me,
is a person, I don't care.
I mean, for me,
But okay. So if based off of what you just said, if I said okay, you can post your hypersexual stuff.
right?
Then I started posting gym workout videos of my bosses. Are you gonna trip?
You gonna keep that same energy?
I mean,
Because you said you're catering to what gets you likes.
I'm not. Okay, so don't ask me. Don't ask me personally.
I'm just saying in this scenario.
But I do think if that is the agreement that you guys have, then I feel like it should be free game. If you're like,
It either has to be one way or the other.
I think it. I mean, unless there's somebody in the relationship that agrees that, you know what, you do your thing. That's not really my
Like,
thing.
I remember
Right?
Cam-
I'm okay with that.
I remember Cam and Juju had a understanding as far as her social media.
I'm okay with people who have their, you gotta think that's all that this relationships are, is understandings and communication. So I'm okay with that. However, if we're talking about in the grand scheme of things, which there usually is no understanding, that it's usually like,
That's the problem. That's the real problem.
I agree. But where do we draw the line? Because we're dealing with men such as yourself that are very adamant in your way of being like, well, my girl can follow me. I don't want to follow her. And maybe your girl was like, but I do want you to follow me.
Okay, so then if I follow you and I mute you, then what's the difference?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I get that.
First
but
of all,
I
that's
know.
private, right? So if you mute your girl, then she.
Yeah, I would never know. I would never know that I'm muted, so that's fine.
Unless you said, hey,
I muted you, right? But other than that, it just goes to it just goes to the extreme that you're going. So you are that is extreme. That's extreme.
I hear girls say, I don't even want a nigga who on social media like that, and they tweet all day,
and they
feel this shit all day.
But here's another argument though. Every time that something gets presented, it's not an opportunity to say, well, here's what women do. Like, just take opportunity to listen. Because if women are telling you that, I'm gonna assume that you want to date women, right? That's what my assumption is. And if a group of women are sitting here telling you about a better way to go about it, I'm not necessarily saying it's the right way. I'm not gonna say right, wrong, left, right. I'm gonna say that women are telling you this, and maybe it's something to hear if you want to date other women.
No, like, I've never had a big problem with me not following.
I mean,
but the last time you dated with somebody was in 2014.
No, that's the last time I had a girlfriend.
Relationship.
When our talking level goes to a level where we're going to try to be together, I'm probably gonna mute you or
but I have so this is more of like a personal.
That's just me.
This is more of a personal question. This is a personal question for you.
I think it's just a.
Do the women that you date have issues with your social media? Not in a relationship, the women that you date, the ones that
oh yeah.
So you don't.
Hold on, you talking about?
Do they have a problem?
Are we past the just fucking around thing? No,
there's a difference.
There's a difference, and I don't have to make certain concessions when we first start.
But y'all have to into the conversation.
Is it how you're acting? Is it the content?
Are the women that you're dating?
I just want to know that the women that you may be taking on dates, that you may be fucking, I don't care how many it is. If there's 10 bitches that you're dating and you may be fucking 5, I don't know how you divide this up in your head.
One of them
no. How many would have an issue with your social media? And I would say, as your friend, a lot of them would.
It's probably 50-50.
Can I have a comment?
Sure.
And when you say issue with him, you gotta be specific because you have women who don't like men that are always on social media. But for what he does, he has to be on social media. So define what you mean by.
I think the women that he dates find issues with his social media.
And I would have to assume the way that he utilizes
his social. And so I would agree, he's an amazing writer. He's amazing with his blogs. His content is A1. However, there are times where you dibble and dabble into the not so.
I'm gonna get a game away on here, right?
I don't want to date a girl that.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You're assuming.
Go ahead. We've had this conversation.
If you look at my social media, right? Mm-hmm. You can go look at the days where I drop anything, whether it's my artist, whether it's a blog, anything.
Yeah.
She just said if her nigga was on social media liking shit, the first thing she gonna see is his shit, right?
Right.
So if I know I'm gonna drop something, I'm going to do low hanging fruit. I'm going to get on social media and act stupid because the next day when I drop my blog, it's gonna be on all y'all shit.
And that's why I asked that because you have to.
It's a game to it.
I'm not saying it, but you gotta think. This goes back to us have been on Twitter for 10 plus years. Your content hasn't always been blogs. It has. I get it. We're all maturing as social media matures.
Since I've been blogging for 8 years.
You've been blogging for 8 years, but your content hasn't. That was not the point. Like.
No, I didn't know the system.
Correct. Okay. So when you're having those interactions on Twitter that you don't consider debates, but we call you arguing Andy, that don't really that. Some of it has to do with your content and some of it don't. Some of it has to do with you having female friends and you may be dealing with women who may be insecure about that.
You're right, because I've had women, meaning you don't talk like in a disrespectful to a relationship.
Correct.
You don't talk like that.
Correct.
There's been plenty of girls who just say you talk to her too much.
Correct.
So say if you have
you have women who don't want their nigga on social media all the time, and you got women who don't care about their nigga being on social media.
It's about what he's doing
on social media.
And then there's some girls who like these bitches be laughing too much at your shit.
I agree.
So I'm gonna jump in here.
It's many different levels.
I'm gonna jump in here.
That nigga had
life shit.
This is my dog, right? This is my dog. What he did on Twitter is what would be the only thing I really have an issue with from my part. Don't take our problems any way, shape, or form to the timeline.
I got you.
if you ever see me talk about anything relationship wise from my personal experience, it's 3-4 years old.
Of course.
I'll never keep it that close.
Right.
So even with that, that's part of etiquette.
I agree.
And I told him, I said, you was dead ass wrong.
Yeah, he did. And I was dead ass wrong. But what I want to get into here, solely what we was talking about initially, likes on IG etiquette, social media etiquette. So me personally, I don't be giving a fuck about none of that. Like,
You don't. You
like,
air the timeline out.
I do a lot of times, but like don't much move me. Like I'm a pretty much black and white person. Like I'm not gonna trip on my old lady for liking certain pictures, unless she done came to me and want to play that game. Like okay, you
gonna tit for tat. That's wrong too.
That's wrong too. But I'm saying like if you gonna have a problem with this, don't you do it either, and we gonna be vice versa. Like I'm not looking through your likes normally. Like I'm not. Like, I might see your name pop up, but I ain't gonna take exception to it. Like, I got niggas, my homeboys post a picture with their shirt off. You like that picture? Oh, well, nigga got a nice physique. Nigga got a nice physique. But I want that same energy in return. And I honestly think as far as women's issues with likes, it don't become an issue to the woman that's as attractive or more attractive than you. And it stems from insecurity, in my opinion, from my assessment, from dealing with different
I don't disagree. I think social media makes everybody insecure because of the level of access that you have to people and how instant it is.
But I still have the same question, right? So at what point, you're single, so my question doesn't apply to you. You do what the fuck you want on your social media. But as a person in a relationship, at what point do you get the fuck over what you think is okay?
And start accommodating your partner.
Y'all have to find a
But accommodating your partner, not accommodating your woman. It has to be a middle ground.
So listen,
I say partner.
this is my question.
Yeah, you did.
You know what I'm saying?
Rob, you're not affected by social media, and there's nothing wrong with that.
But
But if you're a person, and let's not even put a name on it. If your person is affected by it, has expressed it a million times, even
It
though you
shouldn't
don't
have to be a
understand
conversation that
you don't
keeps
feel
going
that
on.
way, at what point do you hit what's the compromise?
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna stop
I'm the type
doing it
of
because
nigga
she
that
know
don't
what
like
I'm
to say
laying
the same
with. But
shit all
at the same time, I still want to address the elephant in the room. We're gonna call a spade. Like it's a problem because you think she as pretty or pretty.
No, but see, and that's you're fucking it up because you're
Nah,
putting
we're gonna tell the truth.
No, Rob, that's yours.
Hey, you know what? I disagree with you on that.
That's
Because
yours.
I disagree in this way. If say a girl
First of all, that's a question. Like, why? Why is it that
It
this
doesn't come
particular
up
person's
insecure
bothering
because
you?
it doesn't
You know what
bother
I'm
you
saying?
when you
Because
think yours
there could have been a million women
I feel
that
like
were also
women-
pretty to other people
I feel
that
like
didn't say nothing about.
I feel like it's more of a type thing. If a girl is your type as your girl, or she's the opposite type, I feel like those are gonna be big issues. That's just like I'm saying. I ain't saying she gotta look better than your girl.
Let me put it in female terms. If I look like me, and I get on my nigga's social media and everything you like is the complete
fake
opposite of me,
I'ma start looking like
I'm
you.
gonna start wondering, what's up? Like what you need to tell me, because at this point, if you feel the need to express to whoever these women are constantly that you like what she looking like, I get it, it's meant to be liked. But every time that same type of chick walk past you, you're not tapping her on her shoulder to let her know you like her. So I don't feel like you have to hit that like button every single time.
Let me ask you a question.
Like, God
It's just somebody has to point. It's a rotating wheel.
I wanna know why. Because in your mind, it doesn't bother you. So when you doing it, you doing it like somebody it doesn't bother.
I agree.
You don't see the pattern because it doesn't bother you.
But I see the pattern when women do it, and I still don't. I just think it's different wiring. Because like,
That's you, you know what I'm saying? But you can't put the way that you deal in something
So what is
They
it?
call it something that I'm insecure because I know.
no, I'm defending your point. I don't think it matters. What I'm saying is, I think men are negligent because they feel like it doesn't matter. But if you're not a gangster and you saw your girl always talking about dope boys, that might affect you a little way. You just not gonna voice it like she gonna voice it.
But that doesn't.
I think
No, that don't make you insecure. That makes you realize that you're noticing a habit. We don't notice a habit.
I think that he used two good words. You use negligent and you use the habit.
Yeah, we're negligent.
And men, what you don't realize
Well,
is most men don't realize is your negligence turns into a habit.
Right.
So not only are you not just liking the pretty bitches on the timeline, because there's 1,000 pretty bitches on Instagram. You're liking the same bitch on Instagram
Every time.
That is
You can't defend that at all. To me.
But you gotta think, men will. I
Yeah,
know
like,
her, or
I'm saying
I've seen
niggas
her,
be giving a fuck what nobody think usually.
Right,
So,
but you got to.
I've been doing what I want since I was 5.
You
But-
should.
But you not hiding
Hold on. Let me get my shit off because I gotta go get my kids. So look, I respect what she think, but I also want her to be honest. Like, tell the truth. Like, it's a problem because she prettier than you. Because I like this same other girl pick all the time. Because me and her cool, and you don't say nothing about her.
Somebody prettier than her.
That's fucked up. What? That's the worst part.
Listen. No, I'm saying. She might think she prettier than her. I might be looking at it like, I honestly might be like, oh, this is a nice ass picture. Boom. Keep on scrolling about my day. Might go to Bleacher Report, see what's going on.
But it's chestnut checking. At a certain point,
and I've had women
when she say that,
You know
you got to realize
it's a problem. Like, it ain't working.
But you know, the fact that the person that she's prettier than you is what makes it the bigger issue. Because now I think you think she's prettier than me.
No, I don't
That's
even say
what's fucked up. That's my point. It's not because it's probably plenty of niggas that I think look way better than mine.
And I never said
the picture or not. I think it.
But if you said it out loud, he will feel away.
He's gonna feel away.
He will feel away.
If you say, why you keep
But
like
this
the
my thing,
picture?
too.
Oh, I think he look better than you. Then that shit gonna be stuck in your
Yeah. Just say
You don't say that, though. I ain't never seen no man say that.
No,
Because we're negligent. We don't want to address it.
Are we even looking for it? Do we normally even see it?
Nah, that's negligent.
Let's not sit here.
But every nigga can tell you the type. Every nigga can tell you the type of nigga that they girl would want if they went with them.
Bingo.
Every
Let's
nigga
not
can tell
sit
you.
here and act like we too cool to know what
Yeah.
our bitch be
Like, you know what your girl, even if you not your girl type and you know your girl not going nowhere, you know if you atypical to the nigga she used to talk to, or you know if you atypical, you atypical to the celebrity type nigga that you like.
I might know the celebrity type, but honestly.
But it's a type. Like your girl into Yo Gotti, and that ain't you. And she started liking niggas who look like Yo Gotti. Your head gonna be on a swivel.
you're not gonna say nothing.
But I think
you probably won't even
I do
address
think-
it. But that's the negligence that comes with it, because if we're being honest, women are super in tune with that shit. And to do your partner a disservice to act like, well, yeah, I just want you to admit that you're being insecure. Like, okay, if I am being insecure, now what?
See, that's my problem.
Are you gonna
It's
change
such
it or
a
not?
connotation to insecure. We all have insecurity.
I completely
It's just we beat people up by saying you're insecure.
I agree.
No, this is an insecurity you have. Let's work on it.
Exactly, that's why I be
But my
wondering.
whole thing is, I have an insecurity with you liking the same bitch 50 times. I have a
I'm
problem.
probably gonna unfollow her.
So that would be the solution, but the
But
Even
you
if we still go back to her
but you
page,
can't
you
do
wanna
that.
follow her. Do me the respect and show me that you give a fuck about what
What
you
I'm
just called me
saying.
out about
But
being
see-
insecure. Don't make
see,
light
I
of
can't
it
tell you-
and then tell me I'm lying.
I can't tell you that I don't care about social media and then also tell you that I can't unfollow this person or I can't, you know what I'm saying, not do something. Because if I don't care about it, I don't care about it. Right? If I tell you I don't care about this, and you hold up, if you say
I'm on the edge.
if you say this is something I care about, right? And I say, baby, I don't care about social media. Okay, so it shouldn't be nothing for you to stop doing this shit then, because you don't care about
I agree.
it. That's what
I agree with you,
I'm defending.
but you gotta think, a lot of niggas take the other approach.
That's
I'm
true.
just trying to show y'all I'm not biased towards it.
Niggas don't like feeling like they being told what to do.
Niggas, that's the thing.
So that's something I struggle with.
That's the
personally.
thing.
Like,
You're not gonna give me all these
my
rules.
mama don't tell me what to do, so you think I'm feeling like you
That's
policing
ego, though.
all this shit?
That's ego.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on.
And I deal with it.
I was about to say, because your whole issue is
Everybody
being expected to do.
yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like,
We all have ego.
I have ego, I have insecurity, so my whole thing is if I'm bringing it to the table, I need it to be
As a
addressed.
woman with a big ego, if I'm coming
I'm coming to you, I'm humbly coming to you, telling you I have a problem with something.
It takes a lot for a person who does admittedly have an ego to
To be
say,
like,
hey, this is something that
bothers me, it's hurting
This is
me.
something, yeah,
It's making me feel
So if
like-
they bring that to you,
What you supposed to do?
and then your response
What you're
is,
supposed to do?
Just like
You
it's
gotta
hard
check
for
your
you
ego in a
as a man, it's
relationship.
hard for a woman. It's not easy for a woman
Now-
to nag and be upset. And
so your response just can't be, oh, it ain't shit.
But you always have to
It shouldn't.
we don't do it.
What you mean?
Even though we have the same feelings, if we voice it, we bitches.
No.
No.
If a nigga keeps telling you he got a problem with most women,
And let me back up. And don't voice it when you done got caught doing some other shit and now you want to talk about this because you want to get out the fact that you done fucked up.
these are all generalizations. This is all generalizations, but I feel you.
I need you to bring that up.
But listen.
Like, says, you know, I went on your Instagram.
Come to me like a man.
I don't even know who this nigga is. I don't know if y'all got some shit going on, but you like all his shit.
And I need you to stop.
And that shit got me feeling away.
It's a way to go about it.
All right.
It's always,
is it okay for your girl to have a problem with something you feel like is unreasonable?
I was just about to mention that.
I think it's about how you talk about it.
I'm not gonna lie. There has to. I agree.
If she come to you wrong and it's unreasonable, do you still have to do everything right in this situation?
Honestly, I think there has to. You're gonna have to like regroup with that. Like, I think everything is about your approach, and I can't come at you calling you all out your name, calling you all types of names because I'm upset about Instagram and think that I'm gonna get the reaction that I want. That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen with nobody. Niggas gonna be looking like this bitch is out of pocket right now. I'm not gonna address it.
I think all of this stuff comes back to how we communicate with each other. It's all issues because, like, if you watch my Twitter,
Really
all you see is
negligent. Niggas are negligent.
I am. And I'm not a negligent nigga, but I can notice that most niggas don't care. They don't care to pay attention to certain stuff. That's why when they say women cheat better, no, niggas is negligent. It's not that you do it better. Niggas is negligent.
No, because y'all are negligent, women do it better.
But the ones who are not negligent, it don't matter. I see a lot of sloppy women. I can tell a nigga when his girl cheating because he don't pay attention.
You don't have no feelings attached to it.
But even when it's me, I'm attentive as fuck. But it's cause I'm a writer. Like, I can't write about certain issues if I don't watch other people. Cause you have to write about stuff that you're not always going through. So my thing is, if you really pay attention to my Twitter now, it's way less flirty. I might debate.
I mean, you don't.
That's how you know when I'm dealing with somebody.
Your Twitter is completely different than how it was maybe a year and a half ago. I think. I mean, I know I can agree to that as your friend. However, like you
Which
said,
is the only time I ever engaged with you was probably
when he was ignorant Trav on Twitter.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Twitter used to be ignorant.
That's fine. As far as the introduction to a person.
I feel you, and I apologize for that. Real shit. Because I would never want I'd rather you call me an asshole than call me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Homophobic or something like that. I agree.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that if I made a joke in poor taste or whatever to make you feel that way, you're 100% right. That's your only interaction with me. That's what you're gonna think, and that is gonna cater the way you look at the lens of everything else I do.
Correct.
That's with anything.
I agree.
If I even if it's unintentional, if I offend you in a certain way. Or I offend you more than once in a certain way, I'm gonna fuck this nigga. And fuck everything he said, no matter if it's right or wrong.
I agree.
So, you know what I'm saying? You got to be man enough to say, even in that situation, I stopped flirting on Twitter, period, for 2 years.
Okay.
Because the girl I was dealing with was like, it's not about you trolling, it's about the flirting.
Okay.
But I also have to say, at a certain point, if you go to a business meeting with me, or if you go to a business dinner with me, there's an element of flirting to what I do.
I mean, if you're
that's just necessary.
If your girl is comfortable,
and if you can't be comfortable with that, I understand.
Right.
We just can't be.
I mean,
I'm a vendor. I work mostly around women.
Correct.
I get a lot of information because I send gratitude gifts. I do shit like I take you to lunch. I've had girls who had a problem with me taking you to lunch regularly.
I mean, people have.
So it's just about
different people have
compatibility and communication. Yeah, it's compatibility.
So I
and
do, to get back to your question, I don't really know where that line is of how you accommodate your partner. I really don't, because I don't.
You gotta compromise, you know.
I mean, no, but sometimes like there isn't one. Yeah, like sometimes people are just irrational. I think sometimes people are irrational, and that doesn't disqualify the fact that they feel that way. I just feel like they're being irrational. For me to have dated someone and them to try to tell me like, oh, I don't want you being friends with him, it's not like we interact that often. We interact the most on the internet. We don't do lunch often. We don't hang out often. The last time I saw you was on New Year's. Obviously, I was with my significant other, bringing him to your event. So it's like, if I'm prior to that, if I'm dating someone, they're like, well, I don't like y'all being friends. I need to know where this lies. Why is it just this individual? What is it that's triggering this? If we don't even interact like that, like, you know what I'm saying? I need to know, because now is it I don't need to be friends with any man, or is it just him?
Like, I think that's where the line goes from insecurity, a personal insecurity, to somebody doing something that's over the line.
I agree
for your relationship.
But as a person because I'm someone with a lot of male friends, I've learned over time it's all about how you introduce the fact that you have male friends. Like, if you're talking to a guy for a month and then all of a sudden hits you up, I'm at lunch with my best friend Rob, he gonna be like, I ain't never heard this nigga Rob a damn.
Of course.
Rob. So I think it's all about how you factor that into your relationship, and at some point you do have to introduce them. You do have to make it known, like, look, this is what it is. But then you have the other people who come in with that. Oh, I don't do friends of the opposite sex. And you just gotta lay a line right there. I can't be with you because I have friends of the
And when you
opposite
date
sex.
people, you learning what's okay for them versus what's not okay.
You gotta give them
And
opposite
if you
sex
want to
friends.
date anybody that don't let you have friends,
A lot of people are like that.
I mean,
On both sides.
Hey,
Yep.
I
How do you have a full perspective if you can only
I have
talk
a-
to
I have a
your
homegirl-
significant other from that?
I have a homegirl who's
I don't
currently
want to say
dating.
gender. I don't know if that's the
I
problem.
have a
A
homegirl
platonic
who's
friendship.
okay.
I don't believe in platonic friendships.
And I think that's kind of where it stems from. I have a
I think you
homegirl
have
who's
to be
dating a new
someone-
guy, and he basically like wants to know why she has so many male friends. So for her, we were having a conversation. I was like, I feel like it's gonna be a big thing for you because for her to be one of the sweetest people on the planet. She's super cool. She's not hypersexualized. She doesn't do a lot of the on the internet shit. For him to already have a problem with her being friends with males, I'm like, he may not want you to have male friends at all.
That's a possibility, but
Like, you
Bree said, it's also how you go about it.
You be his
You know what I'm
only
saying?
friend.
It don't matter if it's her or the next chick. He not with.
He's not with. That's what he
Yeah.
mentioned. He was married before, and he said, well, I feel like the best friendship is between, husband and wife, whatever. I'm not disagreeing with that. I do think the person that you live with is.
By the time you get to husband and wife, you are that person.
I agree. Over time, your partner becomes your best friend.
Correct.
And I think
It's
a
not
lot of people come
eliminated.
into that relationship
But
already intimidated that they won't reach that point because you already have that spot filled. And that's why you have to make it clear who is who and
When you
what is
get
what.
married or
Exactly.
engaged, you naturally
You're between
work
those
and
friendships are
you
gonna-
don't even have the time to be around those friends the same amount. That's why it becomes that way.
Correct.
But I think people have this. I
agree with the elimination. Like,
I always
I
look
wanna
at
keep
people
folks out.
who want to eliminate you from your
element.
your circle.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's male best friends, female best friends.
That's dangerous.
If you got to take somebody from out of the element, to me, you got the wrong intentions.
Agreed, but at the same time,
Because you
it's
don't
like-
want them to have other perspectives
Look,
outside of what you feed
If
them.
we've been dating for like a couple years, whatever, you can't just pop out the blue and say, oh yeah, this is my best
Oh, nah,
friend.
you
You know, like,
Never heard of this nigga. You better show me some child pictures.
Exactly.
Say you just started dating, right? And then your girl got homies that just don't respect your relationship.
Ooh, that's a
that's a
total.
That's a different thing,
You gotta draw those boundaries.
But I don't do disrespect.
Now I can't be with somebody that's gonna
You know what I'm saying?
disrespect my partner. I'm not even gonna play that game. Like my whole thing is, if you are my friend, truly, if you are truly my platonic friend and you care about me, what you're gonna do is respect my partner because they are an extension of who I am. Whether it's for 3 months, 3 years,
Whether you like it or
3 months,
not.
whether you do or
That don't
not.
matter.
But if you don't respect my partner, then you're not really my friend. And I'm not about to deep dive into that a whole bunch more. Like,
And that's more
you're
about your
gonna
partner.
respect the whole
If
thing.
your partner let somebody disrespect you more than once, that ain't.
And I agree with that.
Because one time could be unintentional. They might not know where the line at.
I agree.
But once we said, hey, my nigga, you
But
stepped out
hey,
of line
you're
on
the
that
line,
shit.
bro. You're the line
Yeah.
right here.
We do that a lot. We like to piss on our territory when we have friends. I've seen a lot of women do it. They have male friends, and it's like, oh, well, this is my best friend. I've been here first. I feel like that a lot of that is very unnecessary. That's some catty ass shit.
Undercover emotions.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. For me to, if you're my friend and you introduce me to your new, the new lady that you're dating, I should have the utmost respect for her. Like, nice to meet you, et cetera, et cetera. I've heard a lot about you, da 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 da.
That's why I see so much value in my female friends. Because a lot of times when you're in a relationship, you might not see how you tripping. If your friends of the opposite sex are not telling you that you tripping, like you're a resource to my girl.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to be.
I agree.
Like,
They give you another perspective.
yeah, you supposed to be like, all right, you ain't saying this because you don't want to hear what she said right now,
Right.
but you bugging. And we do
had
that a
I
lot.
was about to say we do that a lot.
But you gotta watch that too because
Our partners also they feel the way.
I don't want my man running to his female friend every
Correct.
time we got a problem.
It should be when stuff just have reached a dead
I was about to say
point.
when
I'm
they're.
not even gonna say female friend. I want you running to your friends every time you got a problem. Period. Like at something. I think.
Oh, as an adult, you should have.
I think that sometimes.
I think sometimes you
I was on the other end of that stick where I didn't realize how much my friendship was dependent on for someone to be happy in their relationship. It was almost like you talking to your friends, but you're not talking to your partner.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I've been on
and
the
after a while, as a friend, you gotta be like, look,
You need to talk.
There's a problem. You need to
talk to your
home
partner.
and you need
Yeah.
to talk
I
because
agree.
you talking to us to get it off your chest, and you
Yeah,
okay with it, and then you go home and you hold on to it because you don't want to talk.
Right.
But you done talked about it, so it ain't really bothering you, but it bothers
See,
you.
but I'm gonna be that friend that be like, my nigga, I ain't talking to you about it no more.
And that's the point.
If you're not gonna go talk to her, don't ask
Don't
me
come
shit.
to me with it.
But if it's in a fucked up space, right? Because your friend keeps telling you the shit about their partner.
And then you get
Now
with
you
the
not-
partner.
now you not liking the partner.
And I was like,
You done made me not like the motherfucker. Like.
And then you get to know the
Now I'm
partner,
gonna go
and
sign
now you
every
look at
time.
your friend like, oh, you tripping, you fucking lying.
agree.
So it is. I think it's a very sticky situation.
It is a fine line.
I think you can still have
yeah.
platonic friendships. You just have to know that line of respect when it comes to that friendship in your relationship.
I agree.
Yep. And overall, the thing I'm seeing is like, no matter what the issue is, communication is extremely important.
At home
to know
first.
what works for you and what doesn't work for you.
Talk about it.
You know
at
the
home,
crazy
talk
thing
to
about it
each
though?
other.
I think like we all would agree like communication is like major. It's the
It'll help
the
avoid a
pivotal-
lot of issues.
But a lot from me being, I was previously engaged. There's sometimes when you have conversations, there's no resolve. Like you have not come to a resolution.
That's true.
I don't know what the fuck you're supposed to do there because obviously I'm not engaged no more. So
Right.
I don't know what you do when you get to that point. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know how you get to the point where everybody's saying they want to fix it, but we haven't come up with a solution yet. We haven't fixed it.
Shit, sometimes you can't fix it. You know,
And if
you
you can't
gotta
fix
know when
it,
you get to that point.
Well, we are where we are.
Etiquette, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that's about it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to the Short Change Podcast.
Appreciate y'all coming through.
Yep.
Appreciate
Appreciate
it.
special guests.
Y'all want to shout out y'all social medias?
No.
Nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. See me when you see me.
Hey man, Inspire You University on Instagram. That's my brand to hopefully write, inspire kids and black people and have conversations. That's the one I leave you with.
Like that.
Yeah.
We don't have to though.
Inspire You University. YOU.
Short Change Pod.